Syncs up pretty nicely. Okay, let's see. Going live. We are now live. All right, guys. Give anyone. We're just starting the stream right now. If anyone that's in the chat right now, if y'all can do me a huge favor and go ahead and let me know if my audio is good and if my guest tonight, Airsoft Brewer, if his audio is coming in nice and tight. Brewer, why don't you go and say a couple things just to see if the audio is working. Yep, that works. That works. Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Guys, go ahead and chat. Let me know if Brewer's coming in nice and clear. Want to make sure he's coming in good.
I'm pretty excited to be on with Isaias, a.k.a. call sign Queso. Queso Gang,
Queso.
stand up.
The real Queso. I have nothing on Eminem. All right, let's see here. Daryl says audio is fine, but let's wait a little bit. Let's see if he's... It's okay. Lucas, it's fine. Again, guys, see if I'm good. No, it's okay. Jason says no Brewer. Okay. Don't hear Brewer. Don't hear Brewer. Okay, let's raise up the audio on yours. See if this does anything. All right.
Can you guys hear me now? Can you guys hear me now? Can you guys hear me now?
Okay, I think you are coming in better now. I think you're coming in good right now. I think.
Sweet.
Okay, from Kaylee Steel Moon, Fidel. Jason says it's getting better too. Alvin says, okay, there he is. All right, guys, if the audio for whatever reason is still too low or still too high, just let us know. We'll go ahead and adjust accordingly. But since everyone is here, why don't we go ahead and get introductions out of the way. Welcome to the next episode of, or I should say the 11th episode of the No Flight List live stream. I, again, did not expect that we were going to be getting this far, so everyone that chose to be here right now today with me, and of course with Brewer, I very much appreciate it, guys. So you might be asking yourself, if you guys are new to the stream itself, this is a Q&A stream. We answer any and all Airsoft questions. Make sure to go ahead and put the letter Q in front of your question and put that in the live chat. That way we can go ahead and actually properly identify it. I will be doing my damnedest to make sure I try to answer every single question as much as I possibly can and go in depth as I possibly can. But for those that don't know who Brewer actually is, Brewer is actually the first guest on my live stream show today. He has been a longtime supporter, big-time friend of us, and huge supporter of the Mayo Gang since the beginning. Since we started doing the live streams, he has been there from the start, and he is currently the crown prince, or should I say the actually reigning champion of the live stream giveaway, because this man has won the largest prize pots we have ever actually given out. This man has won in total, just through the shopping spree giveaway, $4,150 through those giveaways, because he took advantage of every single promo that we have going on. So, Brewer, why don't you go ahead and give everyone a shout out, and go ahead and give the lovely people a nice, warm welcome hello.
The show. What up, Queso Gang? I'm excited. I said it earlier when you guys couldn't hear, but I'm pretty pumped up to be on with Isaias, and then also AKA call sign Queso. I'm pumped. I'm excited. Let's do this.
All right, hell yeah. Let's get into it. But before we start answering some questions, guys, remember, go ahead and just answer or ask any questions that you guys want. And if you can, it would be much appreciated if you guys can go ahead and give this live stream, the video, a thumbs up. That really helps us fight the YouTube algorithm. And make sure to go ahead and share the video too. Again, if you know anyone that's even remotely interested in Airsoft or could potentially be interested in Airsoft, or if you want to show your friends and family, hey, this is what I'm into, and they have questions about this amazing hobby, make sure to go ahead and share this live stream to as many people as we possibly can. I know we can go ahead and do it, guys. But let's go ahead and go over some of the promos going on tonight. So today, right now, again, this is going to be pretty standard stuff, right? Any $20 plus order, it could be literally for anything. BBs, green gas, batteries, chargers, literally fucking anything. $20 or more, and you will have a shot at winning the shopping spree giveaway. But that's just the regular one. That applies to everything. Exclusive to this stream, any $50 order place, anything $50 or more. It can be, again, batteries, chargers, if you want to buy Airsoft guns, if you want to buy a mystery box, you will be getting 5 chances of winning the shopping spree giveaway. Now, here's the kicker. For tonight, this is the last night that you can go ahead and take advantage of the Black and Gold Edition Mystery Box version 2 promo we have going on. Any orders for one of these mystery boxes specifically, right? Any one of these, Black and Gold Mystery Box V2, any orders, you will be getting 10 chances of winning the shopping spree giveaway. Those are your best odds at getting entered with the 10 chances. The best possible means of getting your highest chance of winning that. Again, it's $1,900, and all you got to do is place a $20 plus order. But again, one of these, you got 10 chances. Now that sounds like a freaking good deal to me. What did you say, Brewer?
Heck yeah.
That man said it best himself.
Get those entries in.
All right. So why don't we go ahead?
Oh man, a lot of words. I'm gonna be interrupting you all night.
No, don't worry, dude. Like this is how it was the first time that Cisco and I started streaming together. Like we could not figure out like how to actually get the audio perfectly. At first we were fucking stumbling each other. I do not expect you to get it like right this time. Like do not worry. It comes with time, but eventually we'll land on our feet. But there's actually something I want to go and ask you. Brewer, what would you say is the best piece of advice you can give to anyone who wants to win the shopping spree? What's the best tip that you can go ahead and give?
Oh man, that's a softball question. So anybody in the Mayo Gang, anybody that's been on the live stream, everybody knows what we call the pro strat, right? Like this is how you do it. So it's $20 minimum to enter, right? So what you do is if you want to buy a gun, $150, you buy a bunch of $20 gift cards, because each one of those individually, each one of those gift cards is one entry. So if you want $150, I'm not good at math, but let's say you buy 8 gift cards, that's $160 with tax or whatever, if your state has tax like ours in California. But I'll buy 8 gift cards, 8 $20 gift cards, that's 8 entries right there. And then the best way to do it is usually after the live streams on Thursdays, they'll automatically do double entries. So if I did those 8 $20 gift cards and then I go on double entries, that 8 turns into 16 entries right there. Boom, bam, 16 entries.
There you go.
Your odds go up. You know, all it really takes is one entry, and that's happened a lot. A lot of people have won with one entry. But to be honest with you, we all know gambling, your odds go up with more entries, right?
There you go. There you go.
It can go both ways. One entry could get you a win, but to raise those odds, you know, get those double entries, get those $20 gift cards, or even like tonight, I'm about to buy a $50 gift card right now just to get those 5 entries.
There you go. You cannot win again, my guy. There's got to be a limit to how much you can win.
I kind of want to win just so I can help. I want to donate like the majority of it. I want to get a black and gold, but I want to donate the majority of it to Chef and help him and
Chef,
Trinity out.
Chef, you guys didn't know, Chef Panikage, great guy, another big supporter of us. I'm definitely going to be getting him on the show as well. But very unfortunate what happened to him and his lady Trinity. They unfortunately had all their stuff taken. And we're talking like some good shit as well. So if you guys want to go ahead and help out another fellow member of the Airsoft community, a really great guy, go ahead and check out. Hold on, let me go and type this in. I can't spell. How do I spell that? Chef Pan.
It might just come up as Mayo Gang.
Yeah, it's very specific with the website. There you go. I want to make sure I get the right one. Yeah. There you go. Special Mayo Gang swag package for Chef Panikage and Trinity. Guys, it's only $5. Get 4 of these. Not only will all the proceeds be going to, of course, Panikage and, of course, Trinity, getting them some new MGC4s to go ahead and replace the ones that were stolen. This is also, if you get 4 of these, they're going to get you an entry into the shopping spree giveaway as well for $1,900. So it's a win-win. We want to go ahead and give back to the community as much as possible. But thank you, Brewer. You hit the nail right on the head. Literally, all it takes is one order to be entered. Everyone has a chance. Everyone absolutely has a chance. And you remember for a while, you remember last year, it was like around December, towards the end of the year, it was nothing but just first-time shopper. Do you remember this?
Well, that was the thing. So when it built up to like 4,100, what was it, 4,150?
Yeah, 4,150. Yeah, it was insane.
That run, that streak, the reason why it got so high, it was like almost, I would say, a couple months straight of first-time entries, winners. And those people weren't on the live stream, so it kept getting stacked. But it was just a streak of just one-time entry. And everybody, it just kept getting stacked because they weren't on the live stream. So, and then out of luck, and I don't know how it happened, but I ended up winning right after that big old run.
Yeah, no, it was insane. It was literally like first time shopper, or it was like small order. It was like, again, like everyone's first time just getting entered, and it was like BBs, green gas or just like a gift card. Like sometimes it was a gift card, right? It was absolutely insane. So yeah, guys, like we've said it, we'll say it again. All it takes is one order and you have a shot at winning big. Like it's happened to so many people beforehand who have become regulars. Brewer was, at one point a new player himself. He was a new shopper with us, right? So all it takes is just one order to be entered and you're going to keep coming back because again, they absolutely know that the winnings are real. But without further ado, why don't we go ahead and start answering some questions, Brewer? What do you say?
Sure.
All right.
I'm down.
Oh, go for it. Are you good?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if you were saying anything.
No.
Okay. All right, let's see here. We're going to go and start from, we'll do newest first, just in case. Well, this one's, I guess, one's more for me. Is your website in Canadian dollars? No, it's in American. However, again, just do a quick conversion from US to Canadian dollars. Very easy. Okay, making sure we're scrolling up. I saw there was a few questions for you specifically. Okay. This one's from Sea Snake 4 Gaming. Question is, he wants to HPA a DMR. What do you recommend? Now, Brewer, do you have experience when it comes to HPA builds, or are you more of an AEG guy?
Zero. I'm a AEG guy.
You're an AEG guy all the way through?
Yeah, I'm an AEG guy. I mean, I'm not to say that I'll never do a HPA.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I just love this tuning the AEG and getting it fine. I mean, and we both know this, right? And I haven't been in Airsoft that long.
Sure.
But just research and being on all these forums and everything. AEGs now can actually be tuned, and there's a couple techs in the chat, like Prime Tech, Cutter, that and yourself, that AEGs can be tuned. I mean, almost just as good as an HPA gun nowadays.
Yeah.
Not say better or faster. I mean, but rate of fire is always going to be HPA, but tuned with snappiness, AEG can pretty much be on point with that.
Yep, no, I would have to agree. I think like you can definitely get an AEG. Like you don't have to go HPA in order to be like considered like like top performance. For sure, there are HPA or AEG builds now that can compete with HPA. And normally I would recommend sticking with an AEG. However, if you're experienced enough and if you have like the means for it, bro, Sea Snake 4 Gaming, I say go for it. If you're looking for a solid platform for like a DMR, you honestly can't go wrong with like an SR25 or like an M110. Those are probably going to be like my favorite platforms to go with. You can go like Scar H, but I feel like it's, oh no, my thing moved. But I typically recommend sticking with something a little bit easier to find mags for. So usually I would say, again, like stick with like an SR25. If you want one that I recommend, I don't know if you ever saw this, but like the SR25 Golden Eagle, the new Golden Eagle SR25s, those things are sick. Those things are like version 2 compatible, right? So again, like parts fucking easy to find, right? But if you were trying to go ahead and HPA it, yeah, it should be able to do it. And they are on sale right now. These are discounted. You can get one of these guys for like as low as, let's see, what's the cheapest one? You can get one for as low as $245. And it already comes included with the M-Lock handguard on there, adjustable crane stock, solid and very, very easy. Like very easy to work on. And
it's not that HPA is a bad thing. I'm not against it, man. Dark Trees had his HPA Kythera at BBWARS, and I fell in love with it, man. I'm like, that thing cool. Sounds so pretty, man. When he was just popping, I could hear that thing from the corner of my ear. I kept having to look back at him like, damn. And even Seabass was like, damn, Dark Trees Kythera sounds like amazing.
Yeah. I love the Kythera. I like because the Kythera is supposed to be like a mechanical operation, so it's like you're gonna feel it in the trigger a little bit more. It's nice, and I've a lot of my buddies that are like in and out of my team will usually run a Kythera as well. So if you can do a Kythera, I would say go for it. But I think you can pretty much go with pretty much most engines that are SR25 compatible. But my biggest recommendation, again, because it's gonna cost so much, save your money, get the Golden Eagle platform, the SR25 platform. Gonna save you a lot of dollars in the long run, and you can use that for, again, the engine, the tank, the regulator. I would say just my only recommendation at that point would be get a line that's long enough. That would probably be the only thing. Let's see here. Making sure I'm not missing anything.
If you're going to AEG, that G&G SR25,
or you could go, you can go the G&G one if you want. If you're balling like that,
Yes. Well, I want it. I want it in a YouTube the YouTube mystery box. So I only paid $300 for mine.
Jeez. All right, moving on to the next question. This one's from Kane Billadu. I don't know. I'm so sorry if I mispronunciate that. What batteries are good for the Gen 3 Archon? So typically with the Gen 3s, they can handle an 11.1 right out of the box. So if we're going Archon, let's see, Gen 3 Archon, they can handle an 11.1 right out of the box. You can go a 7.4 if you want to. If it's the Archon series, you are limited in battery space because it is only using a Delta stock. So it's going to be to the buffer tube only. So pretty much just rock like an 11.1 that's a stick type, usually something under 1,100 milliamperage, and it should fit. It's going to be tight, but it will fit. All right, next question. Oh, this one, I'm pretty sure you got an answer for this one. Glue Master asks, is Amazon a good website to buy airsoft gear? I mean, I'm going to say no, but...
You want my opinion? I bought in like small stuff, like very minimal stuff, like balaclavas or stuff like that. Maybe a mask, face mask, but nothing. You're not gonna get quality airsoft stuff or branded airsoft stuff on Amazon, in my opinion. I've gotten some things on there, but again, you get what you're paid for. Yeah. You're gonna cheap out and pay 50% less of something when you're trying to save $1. You're risking yourself getting hurt because of the damage, and you're gonna end up ripping, breaking, and you're gonna end up having to buy another one. I mean, buy once, cry once is always my thing. I never cheap out when it comes, especially with safety.
Yeah.
You know, I don't. That's not my deal.
Yeah.
I'll never buy a gun.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never buy a replica on Amazon. Like,
Hell no.
I don't trust that at all.
Hell no.
I don't trust that at all.
Yeah. No, honestly, like I would only ever recommend shopping from, and then I know you have the same thing too. Hold on, give me 1 second. Let's see here. Yeah, like typically for airsoft stuff, like I'd only recommend like shopping through like us specifically. Again, like other airsoft retailers do exist, but honestly, like we do have the best deals because again, we're the only airsoft retailer that one rewards you this well with like again chances to win like shopping spree giveaways, like $1,900. You've won $4,150. I don't see any other airsoft retailer that does that. And not only that, like the prices can fluctuate. Like we try our damnedest to make sure that our prices are fair and that we're not overcharging anyone for anything. Again, we try to keep everything as fair as we possibly can and try to help you guys out as much as we can. Because again, I mean, you see it ourselves. Like, who else is doing this? No one else is doing these deals, right? But anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Is Lancer Tactical a reliable brand? This one comes from Outdoor Boy 1125. For me, I'll let you give your opinion too. But for me personally, yes, I would say they are. They have, yes, back in the day, like way back in the day, many moons ago, they had some problems, you know. I mean, and even then, like it was arguable whether or not their failure rate was that much higher than any other brand, really percentage wise. They were a brand that you went because they were affordable, and there was not a whole lot of options that were that affordable at the time. But they have since listened to all the requests, listened to all the feedback that's been going around, and they have improved immensely within the last couple years. Honestly, I think the turning point was like 2016, 2017, when they came out with their Gen 2 series, right? When they started selling their Gen 2s, they improved literally everything. Quality control was on point. Warranty is on point. And their guns are solid. They're very, very easy to go ahead and build off of. We've built plenty of customs, like really good customs, off of a Gen 2 like series. Hell, we even sell like some like high-end like built-to-order customs, and they're based off of a Lancer Gen 2 body, off of a Gen 2 gearbox, and they hold up. They are very, very good platforms. What would you say, Brewer?
So that was a nice softball question because when I started Airsoft, the Gen 1 was already phased out. Gen 2 was coming in, and my son and I's first Airsoft rifles were Lancer Tactical Gen 2 Pro Lines. He had the Battlehawk PDW, and I got the I guess SPR Needle Tail.
Sure.
With the what is it, the Alpha Stock?
Yeah, that's sort of like bullpup looking out.
The weird looking ass thing. I thought it was cool at the time, and then I was like, I gotta get rid of it. But I ended up that thing. To be honest with you, it up until even. I mean, it still works fine. And I shot it, and I have a Crytek SPR as well. And that was my second gun because as I started doing more research, all I heard was this, Crytek, right? And
sure.
I didn't know shit about, and excuse my French, but I didn't know shit about.
Do not worry. Feel free to go ahead and curse like a sailor. I don't care.
Yeah, I went on forums, and all you hear is buy this, buy that, right?
Yeah,
And that's why now I'm a little more humble, but like I didn't know any better, so I bought a Crytek SPR, and don't get me wrong, that thing shot amazing 4 years ago. It shot, but when I put my Proline Gen 2, which was the same barrel length, pretty much the same gun. But one was a Crytek and one was a Lancer Gen 2 Proline, the needle tail.
Yeah.
So I had I think the 12-inch. And they both shot identical out of the box to me, in my opinion. And I'm not even trying to like fluff anything. I was just like, damn, this Proline is still meeting up, shooting the same as my Crytek. And only up until right now, I traded Seabass, my son, his PDW, and I turned it into, that's the one I was telling you. I finally did my gearbox up, and I did my knockoff kind of Honey Badger build, and I redid the whole gearbox and everything. But the Proline 2, especially those skeletonized receivers, badass. I love those receivers. And then I'm turning my needle tail now. I'm finally doing the gearbox for that one now. So I'm gonna just do a whole new gearbox for it. Not that I had to.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get into teching now, and I'm doing my own gearboxes. So I'm like, this is probably one of the easiest gearboxes,
dude,
and most
so
simplest
easy.
And basic, and everything was just so smooth for it.
Yeah, it's so easy.
Oh yeah.
That not only that too, but like this is like one of those smaller things that I always care about whenever like I'm looking at a gearbox. And I know every single like person that I know that texts is always like, "Oh my god, thank God it's one of these." That it's a true quick change spring system. That is
well, you know what?
A lifesaver.
You know what's crazy about even the Gen 2, the Lancer, like those gearboxes are radiused. You know what I mean? They have them radius. They're solid gearboxes, in my opinion. I mean, I'm not like Prime Tech here. I don't know. I'm not crazy into teching or anything, but I'm like, man, they took the time to do the small details as far as like radiusing the gearbox. And you know, it's, to me, I opened it up and I'm like, it's not horrible. It's not a bad gearbox to start with.
Yeah, like for like if you're like, this is your first airsoft gun, right? Like if you have a budget of like $220 or below, right? And you buy your first airsoft gun and that's the gun you stick with and you want to start teching on that, that is not a bad start. That's a good gearbox to start with. Very forgiving.
It is very forgiving. Pretty simple.
Next question. Lucas. Oh God. I'm so sorry, Lucas. Lucas Smirkovsky.
Oh no, I'm on the wrong one.
I got it right. Do you sell airsoft pistol slides? Yes, actually we do. Let's see, high kappa. Most of these slides are typically going to be for high kappas. We did have a few G series slides as well, but most of the ones that we have right now, I believe, are going to be high kappa slides. We'll carry a couple different brands. It depends on what's available. I believe right now that we have a few. I believe Army Armament OEM like slides as well, or no, Golden Eagle actually. I believe they're Golden Eagle OEM high kappa slides, so you can go ahead and swap them out with like pretty much anything. Yeah, there's a couple different versions as well. And I remember Brendan, who's our resident high kappa man, and he was looking at these and he was like, "Oh crap, I kind of want these. Like these are good slides, and they're going only for like $42." That is absolutely insane. And they have a bunch of different styles as well. Definitely worth checking out. But all right, moving on to the next question. Okay, let's see here. Okay, this is a good one for you. Prime Tech Customs he's asking you specifically, Brewer. How did you get into the airsoft hobby? What was your origin? How did you get into this? How did you find out about it? And I guess this can also apply to Seabass as well.
It's all Seabass. So Seabass got invited to go to what the hell is a indoor spot right there in Fullerton? How am I forgetting it right now? Tac City. When with a bunch of his friends, he went to Tac City once. They didn't really like it and have a good experience, but he actually enjoyed the thought of airsoft and how cool it was. And he was just one day, I think it was birthday or I don't know, it was something. I was going to reward him with something. I'm like, no, I mean, what are you thinking? What do you want? He's like, oh, I'd love an airsoft gun. I'm like, what? I didn't know jack shit about airsoft.
Sure.
All I remember airsoft from when I was younger. Well, I'm not that young. I'm not that old. Not that young, but
you're not that old. You're not that old.
Coming out as these clear, they were like all clear plastic white see-through stringers, and I was like, oh, cool, I'll get you one of those. And I did. So I did buy some on Amazon at one point. So I think it was for Christmas. I bought him like a set of, like, it was like an M16 and it came with a pistol, 1911 Springer pistol, for Christmas. And he used it. It was a good starter for him to shoot out in the backyard and shoot at targets. And then, eventually he was like, oh, I really want to get an airsoft. So I started, what I do, and this is how I even got into brewing, but that's a whole nother story. But when I get into something and I start researching things, I go like hard.
You go all out.
I research. I search every forum. I look at every YouTube. I do Google everything. I research everything. So I started looking up stuff and ended up buying, that's where we got the Lancers, and we bought the guns even before playing. We bought the guns first, and I started buying all that, our rigs, our PPE, and I started building up all this stuff, and then just reading about it, and then just like what's around us. Uh-huh. And then our home park is HSP, Hollywood Sports Park.
Oh, so yeah, same. That was my first field too.
Yeah, because it's like 10 minutes from us, so it's super close.
It's in the area.
Yeah, it's super close. It's easy. It's fast. It's easy. It's quick. It won't kill your gun. So we go there often. So my son is what got me into it. It's probably been, I would say, about 4 years now. For about 4 years, not that long.
Yeah, it's still a respectable amount, man. The 4 years is still 4 years,
Yeah, but like till this day, as much as I research beer and brewing that I do for my own work.
Yeah.
Kind of like we had this conversation privately, but like it's still it's airsoft and you love it, but it's still your work.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, at the end of the day, like I still it is cool, and I am definitely blessed to be able to like work in this industry because I've always wanted to, even when I was a kid, right? Just getting into airsoft. I never would have thought that I would have worked for GI, let alone be like, okay, let me have having my own live stream. I host the YouTube videos a lot of times, or I get to go on company events. I never in a million years would have thought that. But at the end of the day, you're right. At the end of the day, it is still work, and there is still a lot of work to get done. And I love doing it. Don't get me wrong, but it definitely is a lot of hard work that goes into this.
Yeah. So that's me with brewing. I still have to like be attentive to what's going on, trends and everything else. But my getaway is airsoft. Yeah. My little kind of escape is airsoft as quote unquote hobby. But I don't have, again, me and we talk, and I don't have a lot of spare time.
No, yeah. You're busy.
And then everyone in Discord knows me. Like I have this gearbox I've been working on for like a month and a half now that's still taken apart. But it's what kind of excites me and gets me my escape.
Yeah, it gets you going.
It keeps me going, and it's fun because that's when I get into something, I get into it like hard. Yeah. I go research everything. I want to know everything. Before I even took apart my first gearbox, I watched 1,000 YouTube videos from all kind of different, different YouTube techs or whatever. And I just was trying to learn everything I could about airsoft. Yeah, I'm like, I want to know how this thing shoots. How does this shoot? That's how my brain works. It's like,
how does this work?
How does this thing shoot? How does this work? And how can I make it better?
No, dude, I get that. I get that 100%. Like, anytime I get into, because I do have hobbies like outside of airsoft as well. I think I've like mentioned a few of them to you as well. But anytime I get into like any sort of hobby, whether it be like, okay, I'm getting into like Warhammer, or I'm getting into like D&D, or if I'm like rebuilding like my freaking 4x4 right now that I have in the backyard, like any hobby that I try to do, again, it's the same thing. I try to go ahead and do as much research as I possibly can. And I know I'm going to fuck up along the way, right? I'm going to mess something up. I'm going to break something. But, at the end of the day, that's all part of the learning process. And it's part of the hobby as well. And I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world, honestly.
Exactly. It's the same.
All right. This one's a pretty quickie. James McKenzie asks, is the drawing tonight? James McKenzie, no, the drawing is not tonight. Tonight is the No Flightless live stream. This is a Q&A stream that I do regarding any airsoft related questions. So if you have anything that you want to go ahead and ask regarding airsoft, whether it be product recommendations, field recommendations, if you have questions about how to be a better airsoft. I'm not, anything airsoft related, basically. You can ask myself, and again, I got Brewer on with me as well during the stream, so he can definitely go ahead and give his 2 cents in as well. But feel free to go ahead and ask your question. But the drawing for the shopping spree giveaway is going on Thursday. And guys, just a reminder, want to go ahead and take advantage of all the promos we have going on right now. Again, any order for a black and gold mystery box, you are going to be getting 10 entries, 10 chances of winning $1,900. That's a shit ton of money that you guys can go ahead and win just by placing an order for one of these guys. And look at this. It's automatic free shipping, right? It's only $195 right now. It's less than $200. Let's keep that number in mind because this is the prize list. Classic Army M133, Field Ready combo package, right? You can go ahead and get another Field Ready combo package. The ENC Striker, that's another Field Ready combo. You can get the Elite Force 416A5 CQB. You can get the Lance Tactical Field Ready combo package, the Mark 18. You can get, there's a lot of LCT on here, actually. KWA Ronin T10, I absolutely love that gun. There's a shit ton of good prizes on this thing, so you guys do not want to go ahead and miss out. So take advantage while you can. Again, one order for one of these guys. It's not like it's a gamble. You're automatically going to be getting one of those prizes. One of those prizes guaranteed, right? And it's already a higher retail value than what you actually pay for. Automatic free shipping. And 10 chances of winning. All right, that's damn good deal right there. But not only that, any $50 order that you place, again, you can order something like, I don't know, if you just want to just maybe happen to be looking around, right, and you want to go and pick up a premium Bigger Wins You Do Unboxing mystery box, or even a Bigger Wins You Do Unboxing mystery box, you will be getting 5 chances of winning the shopping spree giveaway. And that's for any order $50 or more. And yes, if you wanted to go and order a $50 gift card, you can do that as well. But you might as well go and get everything you need, right? Again, we're all airsofters. We all need BBs. We all need green gas. We all need the essentials. So why don't we go ahead and shop with the one airsoft shop that's going to reward you the best by giving you a chance at winning $1,900. Because again, I don't see any other store doing this. And then, of course, if you want to go and just get any entry in right now, any $20 order will automatically give you a chance to win. And again, there have been plenty of first-time shoppers, first-time buyers that have won just off of one order. So please do not miss your chance. You don't want to miss it, guys. Again, everyone has a chance. The only one stopping you from getting that $1,900 is you. You are the only one stopping yourself, and you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So take advantage. All right, let's keep going back on to the questions. Let's see here. Promos tonight, got that one already. Ooh, this is a good one. All right. This one's for both you and I. Outdoor Boy 1126 asks, what do you recommend for a first-time airsoft assault rifle? Now, typically, if you want to go, you can be as broad or as vague or specific as you want to. Typically, for me, I'm going to go ahead and, I've said it. Chat knows exactly what I'm going to say. For the regulars, you guys already know what I'm going to say. There are a couple brands I'm going to recommend. Number one, best bang for your buck, get a Lancer Gen 2. It just is what it is, right? Get a Lancer Gen 2. They're solid.
Took mine already.
Yeah, they're solid. You're gonna, especially if you get like these standard polymer Gen 2 models, you get a battery, you get a charger right out of the box. Pretty much everything you need to go ahead and hit the field. You even get a small bag of BBs. I mean, not like the best BBs in the world, but still, you pretty much get everything you need out of the box to just start playing, right? You can also go with Arcturus as well. Actually, I have.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, what's up? What's up?
You took mine. You're taking mine.
Oh, I'm just reading your mind, man. Arcturus. You can go ahead and pick up some Arcturus models as well. They actually have the LWT models. These guys are actually really cool because these guys only retail for about $175. These are their like sport line models. These things are pretty damn sick. Now, Arcturuses typically have a micro switch trigger, which is very, very cool, but does make it very difficult to go ahead and upgrade. Say you wanted to go ahead and put like a Gate Titan in there, or you wanted to go ahead and swap it out for something else. But with the SWT models, or I'm sorry, LWT models, like the one I have right here. I don't know if you guys can go and take a look at that. Yeah, very pretty, very pretty. You guys can go ahead and it uses regular trigger contacts, so you can plug in any sort of aftermarket MOSFET or wiring unit that you guys wanted to. Very easy to upgrade. And these are solid right out of the box. These are very, very solid. That's a good $175. That's a solid price point that's kind of hard to beat, to be honest. Those are probably like my best two recommendations to go ahead and get. Brewer, you?
Yeah, it was gonna be Lancer, like specifically for me, like the Pro Line Gen 2.
Okay.
The metal receivers for me is what does it.
Sure.
I get polymer is just as strong, but those Pro Line Gen 2s are like pretty great out of the box. And then for me, and this in general is just Arcturus. I got an Arcturus. I probably would have never bought one. This was probably I got one in a mystery box. About a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Sure.
When did they come out? When did Arcturus come out? It was
Arcturus?
A couple years ago. Yeah, a couple years ago.
I believe Arcturus as a brand. Oh, wait, when we started carrying them, I believe it was like late 2018, early 2019.
So I got one in a mystery box, which I didn't really know anything about them.
Mhm.
I was hearing about them, but I wasn't sure about buying it. And I don't even know. They're kind of like Lancer. They have these weird model numbers.
Yeah,
And,
they're not the best with names.
Yeah, I don't even know which one I have, to tell you the truth. It's like a 10-inch rail or something like that.
Sure.
It's a polymer receiver, metal rail, and that thing is shooting awesome.
Yeah.
I haven't upgraded it or put anything on it. It's kind of sitting on my side. So has an orange tip on it and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But when I shot it, I was like, man, this thing is fucking nice, man.
Yeah, I believe you have if you're saying it has a polymer body and a metal rail, I think you have one of the NYO2 models.
Yes, that's it.
NYO2
yep.
CB.
NYO2.
I could be wrong on the exact configuration, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah, those things, guys, like those Arcturuses, they have a 602 Type bore inner barrel out of the box. It's more than a 603. Like that's, even though it might seem like a minute difference, it does help a little bit actually. Like it does help with the range and accuracy. It's already going to come included with a micro switch trigger. It's very clicky, very responsive, very nice mechanical trigger on there. It's very, very satisfying to use. And again, like version 2 gearbox. So again, there is stuff that you can go and upgrade. But we actually had off some of our techs back in the day, like when Arcturus was just being introduced, we had them disassemble one of the gearboxes just to kind of see, what kind of level of quality we're working with here. And when they disassembled it, like they were thoroughly impressed with how good their shimming job was out of the box. Shimming might not seem like that big a deal, right? To like, the common airsofter. And I get it, right? At the end of the day, like, what does it really do? Like it doesn't sound that sexy. But trust me, a good shimming job can help keep your gun lasting longer than you realize. Like if your gun is shimmed very, very well, that's like so little, like that's to the point where there's almost no friction between the gears themselves. Like that's just ideal, man. Like you're not going to be worried about stripping your gears at all.
Well, that's just longevity for your gun as well. It gives it longevity. You're not going to have to, change any aftermarket parts out. And that's funny that you said that, because I know Prime Tech in the Discord was saying that recently, is like, that's probably one of the best out of the box shim jobs was coming from Arcturus.
Yeah, he said that?
That he's seen. Yeah, he was saying that too.
Well, sick. Yeah, no, like when I looked at them and I was like, I'm not a tech myself, right? I'm a little bit like technically, or what's the term? I'm a little bit familiar with the terminology and of course troubleshooting as well, and I can always give recommendation for parts. And I like to know what are the internals of the guns before I recommend anything, before I suggest anything, or before I even buy something myself. I always want to know what's inside of it and what makes it different. And that was always something that I really applaud. And to this day, I still applaud Arcturus for doing, because there are not too many companies that want to take the time to do it, because that takes a lot of time. Shimming is tough. Shimming is one of those things that most techs actually don't want to teach, because it's such a fine art. It can't be taught overnight. It's one of those, like, you're gonna have to like hone and like master that craft, right? That is like a legit art bordering on a science, right? Like it's tough to do, and like the fact that they're willing to like get it on every single model, that's impressive. That's impressive.
And in my experience, just from the two that I've done, I mean, it's just repetitiveness as well. I might think for only doing 2 gearboxes already, and I'm like, oh man, this is the best, I'm going to shim it. Mm-hmm. But I know it's not like as great as any proper tech is going to do. They probably hearing my gearbox and be like, damn, that thing sounds windy, or damn, that thing is working hard. It's still not perfect. So it is an art, because I'm like, man, it's shimmed. I did the best I could. I think it's tight as hell, as perfect as it can get without rubbing. Mm. But to them, in their ear, they're hearing my gearbox still and be like, damn, that thing still needs some work.
Isn't it crazy how some techs can just do that? They'll shoot it once and they'll be like, you put too many space, or like, you're like, oh yeah, take away one shim here, one shim there, or like it's a little too tight here, and it's like, what the fuck? You didn't even open it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm right here like, damn, I thought I did. I spent like 3 hours on this shim job.
Dude, no, that's too relatable. Fuck, man. Shimming's fucking hard. Oh, before we continue, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to several people right now that have been taking advantage of the promos we have going on right now. All right, starting from the bottom. No, we're here. I want to go again. Sean, he got himself the 5 entries. Robert got himself, Sean with another. Daniel got himself the 5 entries. Daniel again. Carlos, James. We also got, let's see here. Carlos says, when Efrain got himself 5 entries. Brewer, I see you, bro. You got yourself another 5 entries. God damn it. Let's see. Stitch, of course, with the entries as well. Guys, thank you all for placing your orders. It means the world to us. Again, it's the best way to go out and support the channel. We are going to be making sure that you guys get your multiple entries and your multiple chances of winning the $1,900 shopping spree giveaway. Again, guys, these guys are in the lead right now. They have the best odds of winning, and most of them are returning customers. They know what's up. They know that the best way to go ahead and win is to increase your odds. And how are you going to do that? Take advantage of all the promos we have going on right now. Black and Gold Mystery Box, 10 chances of winning. This is the last day to take advantage of that promo. If you don't order this, there you go. If you don't order this box by the end of tonight, that's it. That 10 chances, it's over. It's done. Adios. Goodbye. Capiche. It's over. Not coming back. If you want to go ahead and place an order for something else, though, let's say you want to go ahead and pick up maybe your first airsoft gun, something else, right? You want to load up on BBs and green gas and what have you. $50 orders, that's all it takes, and you will be getting 5 chances of winning the shopping spree giveaway. So take advantage now. Again, guys, time is running out. We're already at 8:11 right now. We only have an hour. Hold on, I can do math. An hour 19. We only have an hour 19 left before the end of the live stream. So make sure that you take advantage now while you still can. And also ask your questions. Spread this video around to anyone that's even remotely interested in Airsoft. Brewer and I are going to be doing our best to go ahead and answer as many questions as we possibly can. Or, until he's too busy. He is a very busy man. I don't want to take up too much of his time. But I will make sure that I am here and I'm answering as many questions as I possibly can for you guys. So stay tuned. All right, let's go ahead and go to the most recent questions.
Gang.
Just make sure I'm not missing anything. And guys, remember, if you have a question, make sure to put a Q in front of the question so we don't miss it too. It does get lost sometimes, so I want to do my best. Cutter says, it takes me over 3 years to learn what I have, and have constantly get better the more experience I get. So yeah, don't feel bad, Brewer. Oh, this is the best I can do, dude. Honestly, you probably do a better job than I am, because I don't really have too much time to tech in the first place. But the fact that you're able to do it, especially because considering you only have 4 years of playing, honestly, that's impressive that you were able to get to work. My first gearbox that I worked on was a version 3, which was my mistake, because fuck me, that was difficult. I was trying to work on my AK, and I only got it to kind of work sometimes. So you've done a much better job than me. So feel proud of yourself there.
Yeah, that's just my own insecurities. I think that's what makes me, and I'm not afraid to say it anymore, is a really well-known LA brewer. And being a little bit of this insecurity of me puts a chip on my shoulder to always want to be better. So, and it's kind of what I'm doing with Gearbox. I always talk myself down. I always kind of give myself could be better, because I'm going to push myself to be better.
You know what? I get that though. Yeah. Not when it comes to teching. I get that when it comes to how I play Airsoft, as a player. I get mad I remember too I guess looking back at it, it did sound kind of weird. We were at BBWARS. You remember the BBWARS event that we went to? The field was awesome, and the rules, majority of them were amazing. They were good. They were solid. No one had a problem on the field.
Oh yeah.
The only thing the only thing that I had a slight issue with. I definitely felt like a video game character that just got nerfed in the most recent patch. Because I'm me. I like to run. I like to shoot with an LMG. I'm aggressive with my LMG. That's just how I play. That's how I learned to play with an LMG, and that's how I've always played with my team. Because I do a lot of Milsim games, right? Where it's very.
You work out and you have all those big buff muscles, dude. You got to use them.
Yeah, that's stupid. I just pose like that. Yeah, no, but I do, right? I specifically train so that I can do that sort of thing, so I can vault over obstacles with an LMG, so that I'm more of an asset, so I can be more aggressive. But I wasn't allowed to run and shoot at the same time. I had to lay prone, or I had to deploy it somewhere, perch it up against something on an obstacle, or have a bipod with it and lay it down so I could use it. And I remember telling I think it was with a Cisco, and I was he's like, oh, how'd you do? And he's like, oh, I got a few kills. And I was like, man, I'm so mad at myself. He's like, why? He's like, and I told him too, I only got freaking 8 kills. And that whole time I only got 8 kills. I know I could have done better. And he was just looking at me. He's like, that's more than I did.
Yeah, I would have been happy with 8 kills.
I'm like, no, man, no. I'm always thinking, no, I can do better. I can do more. I want 16. Those are rookie numbers.
And 2 of them were Seabass.
What happened?
I said I got 2 all day, and then one of them was Seabass.
How'd that happen?
Right?
You didn't answer the question. How did that happen?
Oh man, we got separated. Remember what was it called? The inside, that dark.
Oh, the hive.
The hive is dark as all hell, and we got separated.
Bruh.
And then I was sitting on one side of the warehouse, and he was on the other side of the warehouse, and I seen him walk by, and I popped him right in the stomach.
Oh.
And as soon as I let the shot off go, I'm like, damn, that looks like sea bass. He looks at me like he throws his hands up, like, what the hell? I'm like, oh, my bad.
Dude, like that. Oh, it's friendly fire. Trust me, there ain't nothing friendly about it. Friendly fire, man, freaking sucks. But you know what? Hey, at least you got those kills. All right, next question. QFR Smokey. Right, what were we saying?
He's listening right now too. He says, "Shh."
Seabass. Hi, Seabass. How you doing? QFR Smokey. He asks, "What are your thoughts on the LCT, LCK?" Am I reading that? LCK AKs. So basically, like, what are your thoughts on the LCT AKs? Do you have any experience with those before I like chime in?
What was that? I'm sorry.
What are your thoughts on the LCT line of AKs?
Oh, I love LCT AKs. I mean, you get what you pay for, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, they're solid. The construction on them is great. Seabass has 2 of them. Mm-hmm. He has the MCMS. Is that what it is? MCMS. And then he has a LCK 15.
Gotcha. So you're happy with the quality that you got from those guns, right?
Oh, the quality's out of the box. So again, Airsoft is, in my opinion, it's like, what do you plan to do with it? Do you want something that's going to shoot great right out of the box, and you don't have to upgrade it, you don't have to do anything, but you're going to spend more? Then LCT is what you're going to get. Like, if you want an AK and you don't plan on upgrading it, right? If you're a tech and you plan on swapping out internals right away, I would go with the Lancer / Arcturus.
Okay.
Because the outside is just as good, the body's just as good, but you can swap, and the internals are great, but you can upgrade those a lot easier internally.
Okay.
In my opinion.
No, I get that. LCT has always been one of those brands that's like, because I play like a lot of Milsim games, like I see LCT as a brand a lot out there, especially on like Rust 4 or like Militia. Basically anyone that's not playing as like a NATO faction, right, where you're using like your standard ARs and stuff. If you're using like any sort of opposing force side, I usually see a lot of like LCTs out in the field. And I get it, right? Like they are supposed to be legit like 1-to-1 as far as their externals, right? They're like, that is the closest thing to a real AK that you get in terms of like an AEG, right? Like I totally get the appeal for it. And they are using a standard version 3 gearbox, which are very easy to upgrade. Personally, I do think, again, this is just my personal opinion, I do think they are a little pricey for some of their models, not all of them. Some of them are like pretty, in my opinion, pretty fairly priced out. But there are some that are like, and if I'm being honest, a little pricey. And I get why. That's just their pricing. You know, there's nothing we can do about it. We try to get them as low as we can, but at the end of the day, like, you know, the price is the price. So they are a little bit pricey. Now, with that said, you are paying for, again, like the highest quality that you can get on the externals. So that's what I'll say about LCT as far as their AKs. Their AKs are legit beautiful. Like they are like works of art. They are amazing to look at and they feel great. Personally, I think I'm more prone, honestly, to the Arcturus brand of AKs because I feel like their internal quality is just a little bit nicer. And some of them actually already come pre-upgraded. Do you remember the Arcturus AK-12, the PU version? You still there?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Oh, no, I was asking if you remember the... No, you're chill. I was asking if you remember
yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so... No, you're chill. So with that one specifically, I mean, that one came included with a Perrin MOSFET out of the box. What was it? 13-to-1 gears and a new, like, upgraded high torque motor. Like, what the heck? And it was still less than some of the LCT models. That thing is sick. And even then, all the Arcturus AKs, micro switch trigger, man, it's just one of those things, right? Again, you're right, though. It does depend on what you plan to do with it. If your main thing is realism, right? You want it to look exactly like 1-to-1, then yes, definitely go with the LCT. You cannot go wrong with them. And again, if you order it right now, I'm just saying, you're going to get 5 chances to win the shops for giveaway.
Yeah, and then again, this is just my opinion, but like if that's what you're going for and you want something, you're not going to touch it, you know, you just want it coming in, you want something right out of the box that's straight AK, feels like an AK. It's hefty like an AK.
Yeah.
Because the LCTs are hefty.
Yeah, no, they are. They're thick boys.
Solid. You know, and Zenico, you know, easy for Zenico furniture. You know, so it's your preference and what you plan on doing with it. I mean, it's a hard question to answer because it depends. Like I said, what do you want to do with it? Are you going to upgrade the internals? Are you going to change it all out? I mean, do you have the money to pay for it? If you got the money and you don't care about money, you know, and you want a 1-to-1 replica, I do recommend. I in my opinion, I do like LCT, you know, but I also have the Arcturus, you know, PP19 that I've gotten through Airsoft GI customed.
Oh yeah, that thing is a monster.
Thing's freaking amazing. So it's, you know, it's, I mean, quote unquote Arcturus, same thing.
Yeah, no, I get you.
So, I mean, it's, what do you want? It's what your preference is and what are you looking for is really how you can answer that question.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's all going to be dependent on what it is that you're looking for. This is a good one.
Yeah.
Alvin 11, I think this is one for me. Isaias, I placed an order, but accidentally, when checking out, I left shipping and billing address different. Will this be an issue? No, Alvin 11. We understand that a lot of times, like, billing and shipping addresses are going to be different. It happens. That's normal. That's for me. That's my case too. If it's your first time ever ordering from us and the billing and shipping address is different, especially if it's like a high value order, like if it's for an airsoft gun or something, or like a mystery box, yeah, we will go ahead and ask you to verify over the phone, or you can shoot us an email, or even DMs too, if you want to go ahead and DM us directly on Instagram, Facebook, Discord, with the order number, letting know what happened, like, hey, you know, this is the correct information. That's all we're going to do. We just want to make sure that you are getting your package. We don't want to go ahead and, you know, because we're just going to go with what we actually see, right? So if we see that, okay, that he put this down as a shipping address, we're going to ship it there. We want to verify that that is indeed, okay, you do intend for this package, which is a lot of money, to be sent to this location. Otherwise, if it gets sent there, you know, and you call back and be like, oh, you know, what happened to my stuff? And it's like, you know, hey, that's the information you put down, man. There's nothing we can do. We had the product, we packaged it up to what you said to go ahead and send it to, and that's it. But again, if that's what you intend to, or if you want to change that, feel free to go ahead and contact us. We will get you taken care of, Alvin. We can go ahead and swap out the information for you. Lickety split. It ain't no problem for us. All right, let's see here. This one pretty much, we already answered this one. Liska Aerospace, which is better? Actually, this one's a good question. Actually, I don't think we actually didn't answer this one. Liska Aerospace asks, which is better, LT, so a Lancer Tactical, or Arcturus? Now, for me, I'll let you give your one too. But for me personally, again, like Brewer said earlier, it really depends on what it is that you're looking to do. If we're comparing like ARs, if we're talking about a Lancer Tactical or an Arcturus, it depends on which Lancer specifically we're talking about. Because I'm going to base it at this point, because they're so similar, right, as far as what they offer, I'm going to base it off of like which generation. So if we're talking about a Lancer Tactical Gen 2 versus Arcturus, a Gen 2, a standard Gen 2 model, it's better bang for your buck because, again, battery and charger out of the box, solid performance already, and very upgradable gearbox that doesn't already have a pre-installed ETU, just basic trigger contacts, so installing like Gate Titans and Aster, Perrin, whatever you want to do is going to be very easy to do, right? And again, most of these standard Gen 2 models are less than $220. If you want to go with like a Gen 2 Pro line, yeah, you're going to be upping a little bit more for a metal body and an ETU. I still think they're really, really good. Again, a very good bang for your buck. Brewer can attest to that as well. But if you go with the Gen 3, now you're talking like, again, same externals, right? Poly body. Solid 603 Type 4 barrel, rotary style hop-up chamber, quick change spring system, but a programmable MOSFET already out of the box. And most of them are typically going to be, most of the Gen 3s are typically less than $250. That's a really good deal as well. And there's so many different versions of it. Now with Arcturus, it's very, very similar as well. You are going to be getting a 602 Type 4 barrel, so it is going to have the edge in terms of like accuracy and range. However, the Arcturus does use a microswitch trigger. Now, some people are going to say that that's the better of the option if you're not a big fan of MOSFETs, but microswitch triggers do have the same thing as the Lancers that feature the MOSFET. It's a MOSFET that can't be changed out necessarily, especially with the Arcturus. That's a microswitch trigger. It cannot be changed out for like a Gate Titan or something like that. You're stuck with that. You know what I mean? That is a proprietary wiring system. So, you know, you can't really upgrade that. But some people are going to argue, why would I upgrade that in the first place? Again, it's all going to be a matter of individual preference. But for me, I'm gonna personally pick Lancer, but again, that's just for my use and for how I would use it. Arcturus, I would have no problem if you gave me an Arcturus, right? I would have absolutely no problem with that. I would fucking love my Arcturus. But since you've owned both, Brewer, what would you suggest?
Dang. So I think now that when I hear these questions, it's always a question back, right? Like, what do you want? Do you want something out of the box? Do you plan on upgrading? Mm-hmm. Do you not plan on upgrading? Do you want something for longevity? Like, there's so many questions when people ask these basic questions, like, what's better? Mm-hmm. Well, what are you getting? Or what do you want? What are you looking for? Like, there's so many questions asked back that they need to answer. It's not so easy. It's not so easy just to say, well, Lancer's better than Arcturus. Arcturus is better than Lancer. It's not that easy. What are you looking for? So if you just want something straight out of the box, in my opinion, I would go Arcturus straight out of the box.
All right.
Straight out of the box. Like, just if you don't plan on upgrading. And then Lancer Gen 3 and then Lancer Pro Line Gen 2. If you plan on changing anything out at all, Arcturus, you can change the gears to put a MOSFET in. If you change the gears, if you're changing a MOSFET and you have the gearbox open, you might as well change the gears.
Yeah, if you're going to open everything, you just might as well change everything.
Yeah, if you're gonna open it up, you might as well change the gears.
Going through all that trouble.
So if you plan on upgrading, then the Arcturus gears doesn't make a difference at all. Just like the Zion arms, right? Doesn't make a difference. Just change it all out. Like they say, oh, you can't put a gate tighten in a Zion. You can. You just got to change out the gears. Just change out your sector or whatever. But out of the box performance, I rather probably have a MOSFET rather than a micro switch, because I want to protect my gun and I want performance of my battery. So I'd probably go Gen 3 Lancer.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Arcturus first, or if you want straight out of the box, Gen 3 Lancer, and then Pro Line Gen 2. But if we're gonna upgrade, I would go Pro Line Gen 2 all day over all three of them.
Oh, that makes sense. I would agree with that. Again, Arcturus out of the box, again, one of the best brands you can really get out of the box, considering all the quality you get. Again, and I'm going to say it too, Arcturus does a better job at their shimming than Lancer does. Lancer's not bad, but it is definitely like what you come to expect from a factory stock gun, right? That's like, it's pretty standard, versus Arcturus level of shimming is like, damn, like they took the time to do this, like fuck.
Yeah, out of the box, it's pretty amazing. So it would probably be Arcturus, Gen 3, and then Gen 2 Lancer. Out of the box, if you just want performance, nothing, you're kind of a beginner and you just want to know what are the two you want to get. Gen 2 has a lot more, in my opinion. If you want to upgrade, I would go Gen 2 Lancer, Gen 3 even, and just work on those. That's a better. It's a tough question.
Yeah,
it's so close.
This is splitting
hairs.
It's
pretty
like
splitting hairs.
Yeah, it's a pretty common question that we get a lot, honestly, is like, I bet you've seen the live streams, like what's better, this or this, and even in store too, one of the questions we always get is, what's the best, like a guy comes in with a lot of money, and then again, if you have the means for it, by all means, dude, fucking flex on us, why don't you? But there are guys that will come in and are just like, what's the best gun that I can go ahead and get for the money? And a lot of times, like, yeah, we do have our preferences, but it can also really come down to like who you ask. Again, I'm sure their brewer like has some opinions that I disagree with. Say there's other coworkers that I have that are going to disagree with
I already answered it.
Yeah, with like what they prefer, right? With what they prefer as far as like their go-to brand, like what ratio gear set you want to use, right? Everyone's going to have their own preferences. It really is just going to come down to what it is you hope to do with it. And what you define as the best. Because again, what may be the best gun for one player could be the absolute fucking worst thing, right? I could recommend for one guy, like, hey man, you want to go with a DMR, you want to upgrade this shit so it shoots super far. You don't need rate of fire because you're going to be focusing on range and accuracy. If I try to recommend that to an indoor player, right, who mains at like Project N1, Tac City, he's going to look at me like, what the fuck? What do I need this for? It's useless.
1000% agree, Isaias. You hit it on the nose. What makes this hobby so fun is that it's preference, and it's all objective and subjective. Like, nobody, that's what's fun about it. And that's why it's so fun in Discord. Everybody's like, some people were like, I'm all DMR, I'm all long range. I like boom, boom, boom. And everybody's all, oh, another guy's like, no, it's all about rate of fire, rate of fire, rate of fire. And everybody has their own opinion, but no one's wrong and no one's right. Yeah. That's what's so fun about this. The reason why I think I love this hobby so much is I associate it with like the beer. It's the same thing. It's just like, some people love IPAs and that's the best kind of style in the world. Where I might like this German style Pilsner and I'm like, oh, that's my style, but that's my palate. That's what I like. That's my personal opinion. Yeah. And that's it. That's all it is. And I'm not wrong and I'm not right. Yeah. I'm not telling you're wrong because you only like indoor or you only like speed QB or you only like rate of fire. You're wrong and you don't know anything. No, or you only like HPA or you only like AEG. Like nobody is wrong and nobody is right. And that's what's so fun about it is that it's a spectrum. And then everybody lands on this little kind of spectrum. And we all have our personal preferences and the conversations. That's what makes the conversations fun. If you're not hard-headed and stubborn. That's what makes the conversations fun. Like, what do you like to do? Or what's your style? Yeah. You know, some people are Milsim. Some people are Speed QB. The people that are in Speed QB and say, oh, Milsim's a bunch of like, you know, what do you call them? LARPing idiots that don't know shit. Oh, yes.
And we're all a bunch of overweight LARPers.
Yeah, and the Milsim players are like these Speed QB kids. All they do is run around and they're just paintballers with BBs. Yeah. You know, and so on and so, but no one's wrong and no one's right. That's what makes it so fun. We all have our own opinions, and it's still airsoft, but the spectrum is so big. Yeah. And it's so fun. It's that conversation. Like where do you land? Like my conversation with people is like, where do you land on that spectrum? What do you like? You know, and I can kind of tell everybody in the Discord what they personally like. You know, for me, I like more SPR, DMR because I'm fat and old and I like to stand back and I just like to hit long range. You know, I can't run.
Humble as always. You have the body of a Greek god and don't even deny it.
Yeah.
But no, I get it. Like at the end of the day, like we're all like want different things from our airsoft guns, and we all have different play styles. We all have our own preferences, so there's no right or wrong answers. And honestly, the sooner that we can just grow the fuck up and stop like either gatekeeping or just stop like harassing the other side of the spectrum when it comes to like what type of playstyle you have, like the better it's going to be for everyone and the less cancerous airsoft is going to be. Because I fucking hate seeing that on forums when it's like, oh, this guy's a fucking, you know, speed softer. He like, I play Milsim. I'm a Milsim player through and through at the end of the day, right? That is my bread and butter. However, I have nothing but sheer respect and admiration for anyone that plays in the indoor side or plays Speed QB, especially if you're at a competitive level. Yes, I do see like I get it. It's a very aggressive form of playing that may not be for everyone. You know, at the end of the day, if it's not for you, hey man, like I totally get that, right? It definitely is not my preferred method of playing, but I get it, right? And there's a lot of times where I go in, especially when I have a Milsim game coming up. I've mentioned this before. I will intentionally go to like. Personally, I prefer N1, but you know, you can go to TAC City 2 or any indoor field. Go to an indoor field. Go to your local CQB indoor field where there's a lot of CQB players. Play with them. Play with them for a little bit. You know, just see how it goes and see what you can do to improve yourself and what your own play style. Bring that to a Milsim event. Holy shit, dude, you are going to be unstoppable. Like, there's so many things that you can learn from both sides, right? And same thing with the indoor players. Like, there are a lot of tactics that I see that are being employed that are like, okay, you know, I could see why this works, but I think that it actually is more detrimental than positive if you put that in a real life situation, right? Because Milsim obviously is supposed to be loosely like imitating real life, right? There are a lot of tactics that are used on the indoor scene that I feel like could very well lead to, you know, a lot of friendly fire. A lot of friendly fire in a real life situation, but I get it. In that competitive scene, it works, and I respect it. But I think there are a few things that a lot of SpeedQB players could learn. Because again, like we bring a lot of SpeedQB players on my team, right? That were former SpeedQB players that tried playing competitively or in the competitive scene, and then we bring them over to Milsim, and they're like, dude, this shit's like they're good when they're in an indoor setting, right? Or when they're clearing buildings. But whenever it comes to like a more longer range fight or engagement or having to communicate or do more squad-based tactics, they definitely struggle a little more. And that's something that I don't really struggle with at all, right? Because we practice that. But again, it's just one of those things, right? Everyone can go ahead and learn from the other side. So the minute we stop fucking like putting up these labels on everyone and start just realizing that, like, remember what Frank from US Airsoft World said? At the end of the day, we are just playing a glorified game of tag. That is all this is at the end of the day. And I love that expression because he hit the nail right on the head on that one.
I love it.
I love that one. All right, and this one's another next question. James McKenzie. Again, this is going to be one of those preferential things. What is the best optic for the M4? Now, here's the thing, James McKenzie. The M4 or the AR platform is so versatile, and it can be set up for pretty much most type of styles of play, right? Like, you could configure it to be like a long-range build, like an SPR. You could configure it to be more of like a CQB build, right? Like, if you want to do like a little SBR, like a Mark 18, or even shorter, right? If you want to do like a little PDW, and if your field allows for full auto, hey, you could very well basically just have like a very, very small, compact LMG. Not that it actually really is an LMG, but that's semantics, like whatever. But you could have it to be set up in such a way that it fits your playstyle, no matter what that may be. So optics are meant to complement your playstyle and enhance your gaming experience, right? So enhance your playstyle, right? That's really what it is. So it really depends on what type of player you are. Now, personally, I usually prefer something with a little bit of magnification because I like to play medium range. I will rush up if I have to. I will hang back and provide cover fire if I have to. And most of my guns I usually upgrade so that I do have a little bit more range than like the average or just a regular stock gun. But I am by no means a super long range player. I do have my DMRs, but even then I play a little aggressive with my DMRs, and I'm trying to learn to be a little more patient and hang back a little more. But again, I usually prefer something that has like 3, maybe 4 times magnification. You can go with like a short dot. But sometimes I'll also swap out, right? Sometimes I'll swap out for just like a basic, like a T1, like a basic red and green dot sight. Just because, again, it's simple, gets the job done, especially for the way I play, which is a little bit more aggressive. Brewer, what do you feel like? What are your favorite optics?
Yeah, so this is what's so fun about the conversation. I go, even this could go different ways. It's like, what are you used to? So for me, on an M4, we're talking about M4.
Yeah.
I feel that is it for looks or is it for purpose, right? Are you actually able to use it for airsoft?
Sure.
In my opinion, for the first time, I took out the Lancer short dot. I have the 1 to 5 to 6 short dot from Lancer, and I used it at BBWARS, and I couldn't use it. And it's probably because I'm not used to it, but I'm so used to like non-magnified optics, like a T1 or a T2.
Sure.
That I can shoot some of my guns, and you shot one of my guns. It can easily hit 250, maybe with wind, 300 yards.
Yeah, Chad, his guns are good too.
Feet. Sorry, feet. Pretty good distance on them, and I can still aim pretty well with my T1 style optic.
Yeah,
with just a regular red dot. I don't need magnification for me because I'm so used to it, and I know how my gun shoots, that I'm almost going to take off my short dot. The short dot looks pretty. It looks awesome. It looks great on a SPR. It looks great on a DMR. It's probably almost needed like for looks. Mm-hmm. But like, damn, when I tried to use my short dot at BBWARS, I was like, I'm not used to this because both eyes opened, and I'm so used to using both eyes open, able to shoot my red dot and get on target and shoot pretty quick. Whereas the short dot, I was like, oh shit, I got to actually focus and I had the focus. And so maybe it's just me and my play style and not used to using anything magnified.
Yeah.
So it's all preference, I think, and it's airsoft. So you can use a red dot and still shoot 250 feet and still be accurate with it, in my opinion, because I have done that. I have, replica EOTechs. I have awesome, aim point replicas, T1 styles, and they work great. And I can shoot with them, and I prefer those. Although I do, again, I like the way the short dot looks, and that's my preference.
No, I get you, dude. I get you. I'm the same way. Like the first time that I ever had a DMR built, my SCAR, I've shown you my SCAR. The first time like I started playing with my SCAR, I had it set up just like a regular battle rifle, right? But I was able to get the techs to build it to be like a legit DMR. Like that thing has crazy good range and accuracy, like well over 300 like feet. Like I can clear that easily. I brought it to several Milsim games and it performed solid. Like it's one of my favorite guns in my collection. But the problem is, like you, I am not used to using a short dot. I usually will use like an L-can, right? Like a Spectre L-can on there. So just like 4 times magnification and that's it. And it's a pretty big like reticule that it offers, a pretty big sight picture, so it's very much just like a point, click and shoot, and that's it. It's very fast to acquire targets. But with a short dot on there, which was recommended to me, I definitely see the benefits of it, and I've had pretty good kills with it. But man, is it a hard habit to break not to just rush up and then just like kind of shoot up. Sometimes I even shoot off the bore. Right, I don't even use the optic sometimes. I'll just like blah blah blah, like, cause I know how that gun works. I know how it shoots. I'm comfortable with it to the point where I can use it in a CQB environment, and I'm like, oh, I know exactly where this BB's gonna lie. I can get small, little, like, quick shots, right? But yeah, it is definitely a habit that it requires a little bit more training more than anything. But you will get used to it.
Yeah.
Right,
so to answer that question to somebody that really doesn't know, like, how do you answer that, right? What do you typically use? Or, I think the best way to learn to use an optic at all is just go with a T1 style or something like that, just to be able to, see a dot and focus, and then move up to maybe something like a short dot, small magnification, and then move up to bigger magnifications, unless they got real still shooting and they understand. But if you have no kind of optic training at all, I think it's probably best, in my opinion, to just start off with just a red dot. A T1 style, T2 style red dot, and then start progressing and training yourself to move up with magnification, because magnification is a lot harder than it sounds if you have no experience with it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a little rough. If you're right, if you have no training with it, or if you're not willing to put in the patience for it, it can be a little rough. I do think there are a lot of benefits to it for sure. Like, because again, I've been able to go ahead and get myself trained up a little bit on a little more over time. Like, all right, just focus on getting this one shot. Take your time, be patient. And I'm like, oh damn, I hit that. Fuck, I'm the next Chris Kyle or some shit.
Yeah,
I'm feeling myself up. But yeah, you're right. When it comes to like just starting off, you can get yourself like a basic T1, or even, a tried and true classic. I mean, you can always go with like nothing wrong with a simple like 4 reticule, like a reflex sight. Like you can get a reflex sight for like $20-something, maybe even to like $60, depending on the brand, obviously, you go with. You can get like a basic reflex sight like this. You can choose what reticule it offers, right? So if you like a crosshair, if you like a simple dot, and you can get one for pretty affordable price, honestly, and just start off with that. See how you perform with it. But at the end of the day, the biggest questions are going to be, what are you trying to do with it? Is it for looks? Is it for actual usage? What is your play style, right? What is your play style? What environment are you playing at? What do you hope to do with it? Those are going to be the biggest questions you got to ask yourself in order to figure out what's going to be the best optic for, at that point, accessory overall. What's going to be the best accessory for you? All right, let's move on to some new questions. This is a good one. This one's from, Babe632. He asks, how do I determine which weight BBs should be used?
Voluming.
All right. So when it comes to like the BB weights in general, it really is going to be dependent on, again, like what it is that you're prioritizing, right? Like this is how I've kind of like, whenever customers ask me in store, I'm usually able to go ahead and kind of like break it down as simple as I can, right? When it comes to like, all right, minimum weight that you want to use is 0.20. That's just like for any stock. We're talking stock guns. For any stock gun, minimum weight that you want to use is 0.20, right? 0.20 and above, you can pretty much use anything at that point. It'll all, technically speaking, work. It'll all function. Now, when it comes to stock guns, typically I don't recommend usually anything past a 3.2, because I feel like that's a little too much weight for like a stock hop-up chamber to like really properly kind of and effectively
100%.
Hop. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like usually for beginners, I usually say start off with just a 2.0, That's like how everyone starts off with, right? Start off with a 208. The lighter weight of a BB you use, the easier it is to adjust your hop for it to, hop up, right? Because that's how a hop chamber works. The lighter it is, the easier it is for the hop up chamber to take effect. And so if you're just focusing on just maximum range, like you just want that shit to shoot far, you can definitely go with a 2.0. Now, that's the difference though between range and effective range. Like overall range versus effective range is going to be very different. Effective range is how far you can shoot accurately at the target you want to shoot at, right? Like, yeah, the 2.0 might travel the furthest, especially like in an outdoor setting, but it's also the most susceptible to any sort of like wind, so any sort of like trajectory issues. It can definitely be blown off course very easily, and it doesn't take much. So that's when you start upgrading the weight itself. So usually I start off with a 2.0, then I work my way up, 2.5, and then again, bear in mind, the heavier weight you go, the more you are going to have to adjust your hop up accordingly in order for it to actually get that hop up effect. Brewer, anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, like, are you shooting outside? Mm-hmm. Are you shooting inside? Mm-hmm. Indoors, 0.20 is going to be perfect because there's no wind.
Yeah, there's no wind.
And you're going to get, and your BB's lighter, so it's going to shoot faster. So I don't have indoor experience, but from what I hear and I talk to indoor players is they use 0.2s, 0.23, 0.25 max, and that's what they're using because they're not looking, they don't have any kind of wind interference. They're just looking for fast shots, right, quick out of the barrel.
Yeah.
And it's not long range where the hop up is actually taking effect as much. Whereas if you're outside, where are you playing? Do you live in a windy city? Or do you play somewhere where it's not as windy and it's somewhat indoor? If it's not as windy, you can go with a little bit lighter BB and your hop up and your BB won't be affected as much, or are you playing outdoor where it's fairly windy and you got long range where you want a heavier BB? So to Isaias's point, a heavier BB is not going to be affected by wind so much because of inertia.
Yeah.
So you got a heavier BB and it's heavier. So the wind isn't going to affect it as much. So typically from my experience, a good gun right out of the box, probably no heavier than a 0.28.
Yeah.
0.28 is probably your max that you'll shoot, heaviest that you shoot without it, with getting decent range and then not having drop off or anything like that. You don't want to probably shoot 0.30 or 0.32 until you start upgrading your whole gearbox, voluming. It's a whole thing.
Or even just changing out the bucking and the nub too. Although I will say, there are some newer guns that are made like today, like modern day, that are like, before it used to be, for me, it was like, okay, nothing over a 2.8. I used to have the same thing. But like we would, after like testing all these guns for like YouTube especially, like the KWA originals, like Boaz and I did a testing on those. We brought it out to the range. We were like, all right, this is the Lucy, right? Like we were expecting it to like just get whatever range, because Boaz he insists for shooting, like testing. He always insists on shooting 3.2s, right? He loves going heavy, or 3.0s. And holy shit, that thing had range, man. That thing was clearing out the target that we normally set up at like a little bit past 200 feet. That shit was clearing it. It was hitting the target.
That's probably the best way to go, though, right? Yeah. Like, I only shoot 0.32s as well. But, like, put your heaviest BB in there and see what it does. Yeah. If there's a drop-off on it, all right, take it a step down. Go to 0.30.
Yeah, exactly.
And see what that does. And then keep dropping it. Like, go to your heaviest. In my opinion, if you're playing outside, go to your heaviest BB. You always want the heaviest BB because you're going to have like what Isaiah's saying, effective range.
Yeah.
You're going to have the most accurate range at a longer distance, with less effectiveness against wind or anything of the elements, right?
Yeah.
So you always want the heavier BB because you're going to be more accurate at a longer range.
Oh, yeah.
And so if you put it in a 0.32 and you got to drop off at 150 feet and it's just not carrying it with your hop up all the way on, all right, go to 0.30. Now you turn your hop up a little bit off. It's not all the way on, but now you got a little more range on it. You're like, oh, man, this is going to work perfect for me. Go 0.30s. That's the max that you pushed your replica as far as you can with the max weight you can. And if that doesn't work, 0.28s, bam, you hit it. I'm shooting 200 feet, no problem, on target, no problem. Hop up is halfway on. You're good.
Hell yeah. No, they couldn't have said it better myself. Oh, guys, want to go ahead and let you guys know, for all the first-time viewers with us, first of all, thank you for choosing to spend your time hanging out with Brewer, myself, and the rest of the Mayo Gang, answering all your questions as best we possibly can. But, guys, you got to take advantage of the promos we have going on right now. Again, all it takes, literally, to win the $1,900 shopping spree giveaway going on Thursday is one order. Thank you for tuning into my live stream. And to go ahead and reward you guys, we're making sure that we give you guys these exclusive promos. Again, remember, any $20 order, that will automatically get you an entry. That goes for pretty much anything, right? However, for tonight only, any $50 order that you place, automatically getting 5 chances of winning the $1,900. Anyone can win. Anyone can win. For like a month straight, it was nothing but first-time shopper, first-time shopper, first-time shopper. But because they all thought the same thing, like, oh, I probably won't win. I don't have a chance. My name will never be called. Because they all thought that, they never watched the stream. They never participated. And they forfeited their chance. They forfeited their own chance, even though their name was actually called. So make sure you guys take advantage. Right now, it's been stacked. We started off with $600. It's stacked because, again, we had a bunch of guys that just didn't show up, that didn't think they could win. It's stacked to $1,900, so make sure that you guys go ahead and take advantage. Again, any $50 order that you place, but before the end of the live stream tonight, so 9:30 being the deadline in about 40 minutes, that's it. So make sure you take advantage of that. Not only that, but if you order a Black and Gold Edition Mystery Box version 2, you're going to be getting 10 chances of winning the shopping spree giveaway. 10 chances of winning $1,900. Again, you guys want to take advantage of it. Like, look at this. Automatic free shipping. Boom, right there. That's going to be automatic, right? There's only 200 boxes left, so again, you got to make sure you get secure your orders in. It's only $195, and you can win some amazing prizes like the Classic Army M133, a bunch of field-ready combo packages, some LCTs, KWA Ronin T10s, more LCTs, some Classic Army Scarabs.
Ooh.
We even have some Zion arms in there as well, the R15, the R15 SBR, and the PW9s. Yeah, like fucking, these are some solid-ass guns, man.
You're getting me all excited right now.
Yeah, man, these are good. Like, for $190, that's the thing that gets me. It's only $195. It's $195. It's less than $200, and the lowest cost gun here is $200.
Show that 416 right there.
There's that 416, yeah.
Oh,
like
that's my baby.
There you go. Brewer has one of these. He loves his gun. Yeah, these things are freaking sick, guys. Like
peanut butter.
And that delicious peanut butter. Yeah, like these are some amazing prizes that you can get. And again, for just $195, you guys have to take advantage. Like, I want to give a shout out too. Looks like ZR. I really hope I got your name right, bro. I'm so sorry if I fucked that up. ZR, Stitch, my man, with another 5 entries. Daryl with another 5 entries. Ronald, Stitch, you guys know who you guys are. You guys are going to be getting your 5 entries, your additional 5 entries into the shopping spree giveaway. Do not miss your chance. Guys, it's only been the regulars that have been really taking advantage of these promos. They're going to end up winning it. It's going to end up being guys like Stitch, or it's going to be a Brewer again. He's already the king. Come on, you guys. You guys got to go and give him a run for his money. Place your orders now while you still can and get your chance at winning $1,900. That's some good amount of money that you can load up for yourself, your buddy, your friend, your dog, your cat, even your chipmunk. You might be able to go and give everyone a loadout. So make sure you take advantage now. All right, let's go ahead and keep answering some questions, shall we? There was one question that was actually pretty good. This guy says, this is Charles Seabridge. Hey, what's going on, man? I recognize your name. Charles Seabridge asks, hey, Isaias and Brewer, is true that mesh masks are really the best choice to protect your mouth? In my opinion, yes. But what do you have to say about this? I'll let you take lead on this one.
100% yes. I use a mesh. For me, I use a mesh mask all the time. Even if I'm outside, long range, whatever, I use a mesh mask. I see all these YouTube videos of people that don't use them, and they maybe have like a really light balaclava, and I was like, I already have crappy teeth. I don't need any more work on them.
No, man, you got a good smell. But no, I hear what you're saying. Like, and I'd be lying to. I'd be lying if I said that I didn't. I'd be lying if I didn't say that I've done that before. Where I didn't even. I just was like lazy in the morning, right, when I was like going out to play at Wildlands or something, and I didn't even bring any mouth protection. I'm fairly confident in my ability to not get shot in the face.
Yeah,
I don't get headshots very often. That's the thing. Like, that's just something that I've noticed about the way I play. If I get shot anywhere, it's usually in like my arms or like from behind. Like, it's always like somewhere from behind, right, that I get shot, because fucking no one's covering me. But But yeah, no, I don't recommend doing that. I know there's a lot of fields where if you're 18 years or over, you don't have to wear mesh protection or any sort of hard mouth protection. But honestly, why take the chance? You know what I mean? Like, there are so many YouTube videos out there. You don't even have to look hard. You can just see it out there. There's so many YouTube videos of guys like who have lost, you know, like legit, like their front teeth, not even like a back one, like their front teeth, like right there. They have now a giant ass window or a huge chipped tooth, because they didn't wear any mouth protection of any kind. And it's unfortunate when that happens. It is a cosmetic thing, yeah, and if you don't care, you know, hey man, you know, more power to you. But really, in reality, I would highly recommend picking up like a solid mesh guard, or maybe even a full face mask, you know, if you want to rock a dye mask, like from all my indoor CQB players, or guys that just want a guaranteed mask never to fog on you. Yeah, you can definitely go with like a high-end paintball mask, like a dye mask, and those offer hard mouth protection. You're not going to have to worry about your teeth at that point.
Yeah, but what's so hard about just putting on a mesh mask? And I get it. Like when you're a pro like you.
Okay, first of all,
I'm not good.
First of all,
so I don't even know if I've ever been shot in the face, like in the mouth area, because I always have a mesh mask on, and I always cover it up with a balaclava so I could look cool.
No,
but you know, I don't know. Maybe I don't get shot there, but it only takes, I bet you the one day I take it off is the day I'm going to get shot.
The day
there.
It's going to happen, yeah, right? It only takes one time. Yeah, it only takes.
So I don't know.
No, I get that.
PPE, man, for me. If you're going to ask me, it's all about PPE.
No, I get that. I 100% agree. Especially if you're a kid. No, here's the thing. Especially if you're a kid. First of all, if you're a child, wear every level of protection that you can for your face. Don't take any chances. For the love of God, please. Even if you're playing in your backyard, like, look, I'm not saying anything against anyone that's like a kid or anything, but come on. We were all kids. We've all done some stupid shit before, right? I'm guilty of this 100%. I've accidentally lit stuff on fire that I didn't even know was possible to be lit on fire when I was a child, right? Like, it happens, right? You're a kid, you're dumb, you don't know anything, right? Like, but for the love of God, you're hearing it from us, and you're hearing it from Brewer as well. You have a kid, right? Seabass is technically speaking still a child, right? I'm sure he's done some dumb stuff, like, you know, before in his past when he was a wee lad, right? And it would have made you feel better if he had like full on protection, especially when it comes to airsoft stuff. You don't want to mess around with that. It can definitely do some damage if you're being dumb.
Yeah. Seabass, you want to say hi to Isaias? Probably, he doesn't hear me. He's probably got his headsets on.
Typical.
He's in his room with his headset out. Yeah, he got his headsets in.
All right. Let's see if we can answer any more questions. Let's see here. Can you play this now? Okay, I want to make sure. Jason to Isaias the Pyro. Oh, that's a TF2 reference. Nice. First game I played, shot 2 of the other team with dual-wielding 1911s, then promptly got shot in the face. That's from Cutter. Dude, what the heck? Dual-wielding is cool. Would you ever dual-wield, Brewer?
Would. I don't have those skills. Dude, Shep was dual-wielding his hand fucking pistols at BBWARS.
Was he? I didn't see that.
Oh, man. Yeah, Shep is like ultimate dual-wielding. He gets 2 hands on everything. I would. I just don't have those kind of skills, man.
Dude, okay, next time we play together, we have to dual wield. We gotta do it. We just gotta go out and say, fuck it, just guns akimbo, man.
Oh, you gotta be, it's all about having fun. That's all it's about. Seabass texted me right now and he said, tell Isaias I said hi.
Nice. That's how we communicate now.
Yeah.
We're in the same room. We're just gonna send texts to each other. I'm right here, dude.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, Seabass, if you're watching, what's going on, man? Freaking don't even get up to say hi to me anymore. I see how it is. All right,
you just text gonorrhea
about full face mask. I know that question was about Mouth Pro only, but still. No, Eden, I 100% agree. Like, I even mentioned it too. If you want to go with a full face mask, yeah, go with something like a dye mask. There's plenty of high-end paintball masks out there, a push mask as well. There are full face, and even just a basic full. Here. I'll type it in for you here. Face
I agree. A full. If you're a beginner,
yeah,
or you're learning, just get a full face mask. It just makes everything easier, and you could probably see better. To tell you the truth.
Okay, so
I don't know. I have a dye 5 and I've only used it once.
Oh, you didn't like it?
No, it's not that I don't like it. It's just because I like more of a quote unquote Milsom look.
Oh, the aesthetic? No, I get that. Yeah, no, it definitely, in my opinion, looks cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
so
work
on my screen right
great.
now, that we have like you can get like a legit like a LT full face mask with like this thing right here has been my go-to anytime I've had a concerned parent. Right? They had a concerned parent and they're like, I don't know, I just want to make sure he's protected, and I'll show them this mask. I'm like, look, it's a full face mask. It's $24, right? Like this thing is cheap and it works. So much so that this is typically the style that most fields will use as their rentals, right? And you got to think, a field is only going to go with something when it comes to face protection that's going to like work because they have a ton of liability insurance that they have to go ahead and be concerned about, right? They're going to make sure that the equipment they're renting out for face protection is good enough to like not let a BB come through. So something like this, it's cheap, it's affordable. If you're a first-time player and you don't have a whole lot of money, hey, get one of these. And especially right now, it's only $23.95. That is going to get you an automatic entry into the shopping spree giveaway. I'm just saying, can you imagine you place an order for a full face mask? Some like first time's like, yeah, I'll buy it. I need a face mask to protect my face. And then you end up winning $1,900. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's all takes one order.
I actually have 4 of those, like brand new in plastic. So
yeah?
anytime like we take friends out that's never played, I'm like, here, you got a face mask. And I just give it to them.
That's cool though. That's honestly really, really cool that you do that, because that's the move. I think like one of my buddies who like doesn't play that often, he'll play every once in a while, but he still has one of these masks, right? And he just sticker slapped it and he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play, and it works, right? He does well. He plays well enough because he's a paintball player, but he'll use this mask whenever he plays airsoft because he's like, it's cheap, it gets the job done. I don't need anything else. It protects everything. Yeah, that's all it said. That's all
Isaias. Seabass he came to the room. He felt bad. He wants to say hi.
Hey, what's up, Seabass?
Hold on, I got my headsets on. I'm gonna pass it over to him. Hello.
Hey, buddy, what's going on?
Yeah, Isaias.
How you doing, man? How you doing? You getting your homework done?
No, I don't do that.
Oh, you don't do homework? Okay.
I don't do today. I didn't do it today. Don't expose me, okay?
Hey, what's that report card looking like, man?
Straight A's, not to flex.
Oh, not to flex. I need to see proof of this. Brewer, I need you to log into Parent Portal right now. Make sure that he's up to date on all of his stuff. All his assignments are turned in.
I don't give him that. just in case like anything changes.
All right, man. I just wanted to say hi. What's going on?
All right. Hope you're having a good time.
Yep, you too, man.
All right, see you.
Later.
All right. Hope it wasn't inappropriate with like some gonorrhea joke or something.
Oh my god, no! That was that shit. I didn't bring it up because I was like, all right, I don't want to confuse the viewers. I don't want to it's like, what the heck are they talking about? But my god, man, that was a doozy of a fucking conversation that I had with him. That made my head hurt.
I'm pretty open with my son.
No.
Again, he's actually an A. He was being modest. He's actually an A+ student.
Oh, okay.
And he's on top. Literally on top of his class. Like, he's a smart kid. So I give him some leeway on on certain things. And then when he says weird shit like that, I'm like, where'd you learn that, bro? But then again, it's a different era, man. They know everything already, so I might as well be honest with them and be like, all right.
Yeah, no. Like at the end of the day, like too. I mean, technology has definitely made it like more easily accessible to get all this information out there. So they'll come out with like they'll say something, and it's like, what the fuck? How did you know about this? And it's like, oh, it's online, right? It's like, yeah, no, it's everywhere. The information's there. It's just literally a matter of looking. Even my dad too. He would be surprised at like some of the things that I would like say to him. Or like, how the fuck do you know about this? And it's like, oh no, I read it online somewhere. Right?
Yep. Even more so though. Remember even more from. I mean, you're what, late 20s?
Yeah, 27.
And even more so from when you were younger. It gets even progressively. The information is just Jesus Christ. It's infinite.
Yeah.
So I just accepted it and like know he's gonna know shit and. I talk to him with respect. He talks to me with respect, but I'm not dumb. I know he knows shit, so I'm pretty open with him, and that's what helps kind of that. I mean, this is the way I parent, and this is not to change the whole conversation.
Hey man,
but,
fuck it.
like,
Let's get raw. Let's get raw with
because
this.
it started with it started with that conversation of like, because all right, you want me to tell the story of
Sure,
what
go
the
for it.
gunnery conversation?
Go for it.
We were having Korean barbecue. We're walking out, and so we were at what was the name of Baymont, our hotel, the Baymont.
Yeah, I think it was the Baymont.
So there's a little kind of inside joke that's going around with us that we all stood. A lot of the at BBWARS in Coastal Front, we stood at the Baymont where most of all the Airsoft GI guys stood, and then a lot of us local guys like Real Wild,
All the mods,
myself,
all the
Adele.
supporters. Yeah, they came out.
We all stood there, and it was probably one of the most interesting, entertaining / quote unquote ghetto fucking hotels we've ever stood in, which was pretty funny at the same time.
It was a vibe, man.
It was so bad. It was fucking cool. So we were walking out of Korean barbecue, and Seabass goes, who walks barefooted on these hotel floors? Because that's how you get gonorrhea, as like a joke. And Isaias looks back and goes, I walk barefooted on it.
I had to stop what we were like. Because he said it initially first at the Korean restaurant, at the Korean barbecue restaurant. We're walking out, and then he's like, I don't want to walk barefoot around the Baymont. That's how you get gonorrhea. Like as soon as he said that, I literally stopped. I stopped what I was doing. I like stood up because my ears perked up, and I'm like, what the I turned around, I looked at him like, what the you're going to have to say that one more time because I don't think I heard you correctly. And he repeats it, and I look at him, and I'm like, are you being dead ass?
Wow, you have a lot to learn.
And he's like, no, that's how and he keeps arguing me. He's like, no, that is how you would get it. And it's like, those floors are so dirty, that's how you would get, all kinds of diseases. You get gonorrhea or something like that. And I'm like, what the and I look at him like, what kind of grades are you getting right now in school? And he's like, I'm getting straight A's. And I'm like, okay. And I look at him, and I look at you, and I'm like, Brewer, I think it's time to give him the talk. I think it's time he needs to know about the birds bees because I don't think he understands it, and I think the public education system has just completely failed him. Just completely.
I laugh because that's his sense of humor. It was like it doesn't make so much like he like basically beat you because he said something so off the wall it made you stop and question him that he got you. Is like, how he does it. He's like, that's how you get gonorrhea. It was like, what?
It's the way. Like I understand the science behind it. Like yes, like that's any sort of like disease overall, right? It can easily be transmissible through any sort of exchange of bodily fluids, exposure to any sort of deep wounds or cuts. I get that, but it was just like that's one of those very like you have to be like correct. Perfect set of circumstances in order for something like that to even occur. That when the way he said it was such a matter of fact, like, yes, you do this, you're automatically gonna get it. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Exactly. Convincing.
I was like, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how did your brain even come to that? Like, that's not the first thing that comes to mind. I think like, okay, foot fungus.
Seabass is in the chat. He's in the chat. ST. He's trying to be incognito, but he actually typed for the first time right now.
Oh, really?
Anyway, yeah. But it was such a funny, like, back and forth between you two. I loved it, man. I loved it. Because you looked at him so fucking like, dude, you got a lot to learn, kid.
I was just like, what? Okay, why did your mind even come to that?
Like, and I'm just sitting in the back laughing the whole time. Like, and you're looking at me like, are you, this is your 15-year-old son? Like,
I'm just so fucking like, what is happening right now? Like, what is going on?
I must be what they call a quote unquote progressive dad. I don't know.
No, you definitely are. No, you definitely are. Like for sure.
Yeah.
Like for sure. Like you are definitely like really. I like low key. I get like a little bit jealous. I'm not gonna lie of like Seabass, and pretty much this goes for any of you airsofters. For any of you guys watching the chat right now, especially you newer players. Which, by the way, take advantage of all the promos we have going on right now. But for any of you newer players, if you're able to convince either like your significant other or especially your dad, right? So if you're able to get your dad or one of your parents to go out playing with you, that is such a cool experience. Like one of the I didn't really have that too much with my dad, right? Because he didn't really have too much of an interest in airsoft or a lot of the things that I like to do outside of fishing, right? We love going fishing together. We love going camping together. We even like started getting into oh my god, what was it called? We started getting into cycling together, like biking together for long distance rides. And I'm trying to get him to like coach him at swimming now. But you know, I've always wanted to do something that was like something that I interested with, mainly my thing, like airsoft. I wanted to get him into it, and he couldn't do it. But the best experience that I have being able to share that with someone was with my girlfriend, like Jazz. Like I've been able to. She went with me airsofting because I really wanted to go, and she was like, you know what, I want to see what you like, right? And even though I know it's not her thing, that meant like literally the world to me that she wanted to go ahead and share that experience with me. And she'll even to this day will still make jokes about the 2 times that she's gone airsofting with me. She I don't think I told this when she played for the first time. She got lost on the field. We were playing at Hollywood Sports. She got lost the first time that we played. And like when we were starting,
story.
You know how you're supposed to switch sides at Hollywood Sports after like the first round? Okay, you switch sides, right?
Oh my god, I think we have the same story.
Yeah, she didn't know that. She didn't know that she was supposed to switch sides. So she started, and she was like asking. She's like, "Oh, where are we supposed to start?" And the dudes there were like, "Oh, I think you're starting here." But wait, do you have a tag on? And then they looked like, "Oh, I think you're starting on the wrong side." And I was this close. We're in the middle of playing, and I'm like, "Where is she?" Because I spent the whole round beforehand trying to look for her. Like, where'd she go? And the round started, and I'm like, "Fuck!" So I'm looking around. Like, where did she go? Where did she go? And I see this guy creeping up on me, and I'm like, "I'm gonna pop this motherfucker right here. I got him dead to rights." And literally, a split second, I kid you not, right before I pulled that trigger, I just hear Isa, and I'm like, "Jazz?" And she's like, "Yeah, it's me." And I'm like, "What the hell are you doing?" She's like, "I started on the wrong side." And I was like, "God dang it."
So that's freaking awesome. So very similar story. My girlfriend, same thing, doesn't like guns at all. Like she doesn't like looking at my airsoft guns.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, she gets freaked out when she walks into my quote unquote office. But I bought her one. Because I take her son with me. Her son's like 21.
Yeah.
I take her son with me in Seabass. And so she went to Hollywood Sports Park. She played twice. Same thing. Same story. And you know the very far containers they have in the back?
Yeah.
She stood back there and would just like shoot every once in a while.
Oh my God.
So one round she was in the container. Round ended. Everybody flipped sides. She was still in the container.
Oh my God.
And people were walking in there, and she started shooting them.
What the fuck?
As the round started. And they're like, what the hell? And luckily they were cool. She's like, wait. She's like, oh, I think you have to be on the other side. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. They're like, no, it's cool.
Oh my God.
But she was just like popping them as the round started. She was just shooting.
Bang, bang, bang. Like, what the heck are you doing?
Oh, it was hilarious, man. But she stood in that container so long that the round actually flipped.
Oh my God.
Started over. And
she didn't know?
Shooting them. No, she didn't know.
Oh, no.
She goes walking out like, oh my God, I just shot like 3 guys point blank and I didn't realize they were... I was like, don't worry about it.
Oh, jeez.
And that was the last time she played, though.
No, and I'm sure, like, if I asked, like, I'd probably be able to get Jess to play with me again. Like, I'm sure she would. She would probably like indoor more. Her biggest complaint actually wasn't even playing. She actually liked and enjoys like shooting the guns. Her biggest thing is just like the heat. Like, because we outdoor, you know, it's SoCal, it's hot, right?
Yeah.
So it's sweating. The constant sweating is like the biggest thing. So if I brought her to a indoor field, she probably would have maybe a little bit better of a time, honestly. Or if we just played out in the rain.
100%. Same thing. I gotta introduce her to, was it Jasmine?
Yeah.
I gotta introduce her to Jasmine because they sound the same. Because if I asked her to come with me, she probably would. But she's not gonna like enjoy it. She's only doing it to like make me happy.
Which honestly, like that, there's like the special shout out to like any significant. If any of you have significant others watching the stream with you, or if you're a significant other and you're going because you want to go out and support, you know, your partner because they love this thing. Shout out to you. You make them so happy. Like seriously, that is such a like. Like I'm gonna give you a right there. Round of applause.
I agree because I was all pumped up when she played. I was like, hell yeah. I bought her a gun. I bought her all her gear. I got her like all kind of stuff. I'm like, you're going to play? I got her like mechanics gloves and shit.
Oh,
I was like,
you did the full 9 yards.
Oh, I hooked her up, man.
That's a good kid you got there. Hey, at least she has a good kit, so whenever she's whenever she wants to go back into it, or if she ever wants to try again, she's gonna have everything that she possibly needs. You know, even Boaz, this time around, this upcoming Milsom West event, he's bringing his girlfriend with him. She says she's been watching a lot of, according to him, she's been watching a lot of like the John Wick movies. So she's like, oh, that looks cool. I want to try that. So he's gonna bring her out to Milsom West, and see how that goes. And he bought her like legit kit too, like not like the full like everything, like the camos and everything, but when it came to like, I think he got her a good chest rig, a good battle belt, a nice holster. He got her a good gun too.
Already know.
Yeah, he got her everything.
He got her a Ronin tack belt. Mm-hmm. He got her a Slickster.
Yep. Like the whole 9 yards. Oh, that's a good question, actually. We just got a new question right now. Yo, I'm new to Airsoft. I just got a Lancer Tactical Gen 3 with the proper 11.1 battery. How often should I clean my gun? This one is from Ariohubi. I think I spelled that right. Oh, God, I'm so sorry if I butchered that. Well, I'm
yeah, that doesn't even look like a name. That's just
that person, you who asked that question.
Ariobi.
Yeah. For you, I would say it depends on how often you actually play. Especially if you play outside, for whatever reason, guns attract dirt and grease and like just grime like nobody's business, right? They're dirt magnets, right? Typically for AEGs, like your Gen 3, it does have some pretty high tolerance for like some dirt, but typically I would usually say in an ideal world, you would be cleaning it before playing and then immediately after playing. Like as soon as you're done for the day, you come home, just clean your inner barrel and you're pretty much set, put it away and you're done, right? You don't really need to do much with it. If you're playing, usually what I would say, like if you're playing once a month, clean it once a month. If you're playing twice a month, clean it twice a month. Same vice versa, right? If you're going to be, however much you're going to be playing is how much you should clean it, and how frequently is going to determine the frequency of which you clean as well. You? Brewer?
Oh, I just lost you.
Oh, no, you're good, you're good. Can you hear me now?
Oh, there you are. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I heard brr, and I'm like, what the hell?
So I was asking like, how often.
That or I fall asleep.
No worries, dude.
No,
We're almost done. We're almost done. We got like 14 minutes left.
I'm kidding. How often? Wait, I think I lost you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, cool. I think exactly what you said. Just easy rule of thumb is just clean it after you play. I mean, more importantly, your inner barrel. I don't know if they're talking about your whole gun.
No, inner barrel.
Inner barrel, just there's 100,000 YouTube videos on how to get your inner barrel out. It's super easy. It's one pin. Pull your inner barrel out. If you really want to be super thorough, you can pull your hop up unit off and clean it out. It doesn't take long at all. It's not that hard. And after you play, clean it. And as long as you got like a barrel cover on it or in a bag, it shouldn't get dusty enough to play the next time.
Yeah, no, it's really going to depend on. Yeah, you're right. It is going to depend on typically how often you usually play. And for AEGs, again, the only thing you really have to be worried about cleaning on a regular basis is going to be the inner barrel, because that's pretty much about it. But remember, if you don't clean the inner barrel, period, like if you don't clean it at all, the inner barrel is a direct funnel that can lead directly to your gearbox. So just keep that in mind too. It is important, but it is something that, like, again, doesn't need to be cleaned like almost as religiously as like a gas blowback. Those need like a lot of cleaning. Like I thought the normal like maintenance for like that I would do like routine wise for AEG would be enough for a gas blowback rifle when I first started getting into them. Hell no. Those things are basically real guns, man. Those things need hell of a lot of cleaning and time dedicated to just getting it nice and perfectly, like, just squeaky clean, right? Nice and lubed up as well. Otherwise, that shit's gonna break on you so fast.
So what would you recommend when you have a glass? I cracked one for the boys earlier, so I'm doing it now. A gas blowback rifle. What, as far as inner barrel, what would you recommend to the people as far as, like, what else do you clean?
The bolt. Any
or like, oil. Oil is really what I should say.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, silicone. Pretty much like just apply silicone oil. Well, first of all, I would clean up The way I normally do it, because I run KWA LM4, usually how I do it is I like wipe all the initial grease and all the current like lube that's in there. I usually wipe that completely dry first, because that stuff can just attract dirt. A lot of it gets dirty over time, and this applies to gas blowback pistols too, not just rifles. Anything gas blowback or gas powered, any part that uses a lot of silicone oil or any sort of grease or lube, clean that off first before applying any new one, because that stuff already attracted and has a lot of dirt and debris already built up inside. Getting rid of that first is going to be the biggest priority, right? Because you don't want any sort of like dirt that can cause any sort of jam or buildup. Once you clean that out, then I would start applying it. When it comes to gas blowback pistols, obviously slide on slide, because you don't want metal on metal like just hitting each other. I've seen some pretty dry pistols before that have just literally cracked the slide or cracked the frame, and there was obviously other stuff going on with it, but like they didn't apply any lube to it whatsoever. It was dry as the Saharan desert. So applying lube there, any nozzles or any sort of like moving components, you typically want to go ahead and add a lot of lube there as well. Sometimes people will literally clean up the magazines themselves. Sometimes dirt can get in the little space where the BBs travel through. Sometimes like dirt can get in there. I've seen it happen before where it gets so dirty in the magazine because they would just drop them, their gas blowback pistol magazines, and BBs couldn't properly move through, right? So cleaning that out is also going to be extremely important as well.
That's a good point.
Let's see here.
And high fidelity. He said lube.
What did he say?
I said, Isaiah said lube.
Lube. Oh my god. And Ackroyd just joined in right now. He's like, lube is your friend. Yes, it is. In this context, yes, lube is indeed your friend. Oh yeah.
What do you mean this
Bossman
context?
says, if you want to do gas blowback, Bossman says if he's giving his recommendation to you right now, he's saying that if you want to go ahead and go like gas. Do you have gas blowback rifles first of all?
I have an LM4.
You have an LM4? Okay. I personally love the LM4.
Seabass has an MWS and the PTS Masada.
Masada, good choices, by the way. Good choices. I do love the KWA. He's saying that if you want to like step up, he says that he would recommend going with the MWS. But when it comes to parts, just go with the unicorn parts, and you're pretty much set for life.
I have the LM4. Seabass has an MWS and a Masada. So Seabass is the big pimpin' one.
Big pimp. He's the big pimp. He's the PIMP.
Yeah, he has a Masada. No, I wanted the Masada, and Seabass got the Masada, and I'm like, God damn. But he has Seabass has a Masada and LM4. I mean the MWS. Mm-hmm. But I'm happy with the LM4.
No, I like my LM4.
That thing is pimp.
Yeah, no.
That shit is pimp.
Yeah, like the LM4 was like, for the longest time, that was the like the go-to, right? That was the go-to freaking like gas blowback rifle to get when you wanted something that was good out of the box. Because WeTechs were cool, but a lot of the WeTechs, at least the ones that I got, the WeTechs I felt like always needed a little bit of work in order for them to be like really like competitive. Like to have the same like performance specs as like the LM4. I've always felt like the LM4 performed better and was a little bit more reliable out of the box.
Yeah,
but
I'll put up my LM4 against Seabass's MWS.
Yeah, we'll see how that does.
We'll go 1-on-1.
We'll do 1-on-1. Actually, just so you are aware, there are more unicorn. Let me go and point up. We actually just got like some new unicorn parts and new unicorn components specifically designed for the MWS and for Glocks as well. Definitely want to go ahead and check those out on our website. They're on the new products page. You go on our website, click new products right here, and you go on underneath the Terran Tactical Innovations pistols. You're going to see a bunch of new unicorn components. Some of these are going to be designed specifically for the MWS system as well. A lot of OEM upgraded components there, so definitely want to go ahead and check those out. Okay, let's go ahead and answer some more questions. Casey Moon, grease for gears, lube for rest. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much about it. When it comes to pretty much any... Oh, that's why. Prime Tech Customs asking oil or grease for lube. It really... I feel like that's a dirty question, but I'm going to answer it anyway. Typically when it comes to like gears, like in the gearbox, I'm going to recommend that you stick with grease. Casey Moon, you are absolutely right. I grease all the way. But when it comes to pretty much everything else, like gas blowbacks, you can use just regular silicone oil. Even though like I know a lot of people like droplets, you can do droplets if you want, or even aerosol. It all works at the end of the day. It's all going to get the job done as long as you are taking the time to properly clean it, strip it apart, clean it first, and then apply new lube. You're pretty much set. It doesn't really matter what you use. As long as you are using pure 100% silicone oil, no additives, that is not a good idea. Any of the additives can definitely build up over time. I've seen some people like, can I use WD-40? Believe it or not, there was a video that we did a long time ago where we looked at a customer gun that they checked in, and they tried to use olive oil. That was gross.
What?
Yeah, we had a customer try using olive oil at one point.
What the hell?
Yeah, that was gross because we smelled it too. It's like, oh, it's a spicy Italian restaurant there.
Yeah, at least use avocado oil. What the fuck?
What the hell? Avocado oil? What the hell?
No, don't use
avocado oil. You heard it. Don't use avocado oil. What are you doing? You're giving wrong advice.
Someone's gonna call you guys up and be like, "Hey, I tried to use this avocado oil. Didn't work."
I'm gonna hear that. I'm gonna hear that somewhere in like a customer service question, and I'm gonna be like, "Oh, fucking brewer, god damn it!"
Fuck.
Well, at least he's watching the stream. At least he's a big fan. Do you guys sell low-ride holsters for Elite Force TAC? So the holsters themselves aren't going to be designed for any one model specifically as far as brand. It's more so going to be whether or not that holster can. We do sell 1911 holsters that are going to be compatible with the Elite Force TAC version. But as far as them being low-ride, I don't think currently there are any low-ride holsters at the moment. I think the ones that we have mainly right now are going to be belt-mounted, like with the paddle, right? So they just mount onto your regular belt or like a duty belt, or they attach via molly. And of course, obviously, we have drop leg holsters as well. But as far as low-ride, let me see here. Let me check, see if we have any low-ride holster. And in the meantime, I want to go ahead and give a shout-out too. We got some more people taking advantage. Looks like Darrell Stitchins here. Oh wait, I think they already got theirs in. Guys, Jude, yeah, I'm reading that right. Jude got himself those 5 entries into the shopping spree. Guys, we only have a few minutes left. We got 5 minutes left of the live stream going on right now. Again, the No Flights live stream ends in about 5 minutes. You guys have to take advantage of all the promos we have going on. Remember, any orders for a black and gold mystery box are going to be getting 10 entries, 10 chances of winning $1,900. Again, all it takes is one order for one of these. $195, automatic free shipping, limited quantity available, and look at this insane prize list. Absolutely fucking worth it. Make sure to take advantage, especially again, because this deal's ending tonight. Literally, that's it. Once today's over, it's gone. It's not coming back. Next, we have any $50 order placed before the end of the live stream. Within the next 4 minutes now, you're going to be getting 5 chances of winning the shopping spree giveaway. Again, they can literally be for anything you want. Anything. It can be for any of the other mystery boxes. It can be for a new airsoft gun. Literally anything, $50 or more in that order, in that subtotal, you get 5 chances of winning. Take advantage now. We've had several people take advantage. You guys want to make sure that you do the same because they have the highest odds of winning right now. And again, guys, at the end of the day, place a $20 order. That's all it really takes. Any $20 order that you place will automatically enter you into the shopping spree with 1 chance of winning. And all it takes really is 1 chance to win. Brewers won off of 1 chance. We've had many winners before win off of 1 chance. Everyone has a chance. And the only one stopping you from getting entered is yourself. So make sure you place your orders now. So I'm going to go ahead and try to speed run any last minute questions beforehand. Billy Mota, can I get a shout out to? Shout out to you, bro. I'm not sure if I placed an order. I didn't see one,
get
but
your fucking entry in.
Yeah, there you go. Brewer said it. Get your
what did I
entries in.
do?
Let's see here. Okay, here's a good one. Prime Tech Customs. Oh no, this is a horror story. One of my clients used WD-40, and that broke down the selector plate. A little bit of airsoft gore. Please do not use white lithium grease either. Yes, again, guys, pure silicone oil. Pure material. You do not want to go ahead and use anything like WD-40, like we said it best, avocado oil, olive oil. I actually, we did see one that actually used mayonnaise. We did see one that used mayo. That was fucking gross. Mayonnaise, don't use that.
That was real Mayo Gang.
Yeah, fucking hard. He took that meaning literally. Freaking. Yeah, don't use coconut oil either, Jason. That's just a terrible
Isaias,
fucking idea.
I only know we got a few minutes left, but like to Boss Man and to you, can I say thank you guys? You know, I just want to really show my appreciation to Airsoft GI and you guys, Isaias, Boss Man, Cisco, Boaz, Sigma. I mean, everybody's been super awesome. You guys are fucking amazing. I shop at Airsoft GI, and I'm not here to like be a fanboy or whatever, but I speak from the truth, and I'm just a dude that likes Airsoft. And the reason why I'm here is because you guys always been awesome. Your deals are great. Your mystery boxes are awesome. I've won just from fucking shopping. I'm not trying to like do a promo. I'm like talking from the truth. And you guys been goddamn fucking awesome, man. I can't believe I fell into this and made friends with you guys. Like I didn't even try. I was just like shopping at this place that I thought was cool and started looking at live streams when you guys first beginning. In the beginning I was a lurker. When you guys first started the giveaways, I was always on the live streams, but I never chatted or because I was a boomer. And then little by little, I was like, I'm getting entries in. And you were right. You actually said, Isaias, I've been entering since the very beginning when you guys first started.
You have.
And I didn't win till like almost 8 months to a year later. I didn't win for a long time. And I was almost giving up. I was like, dang, I'm never going to win. And then I won. And then I won again.
And now you keep winning.
I won again. And then
now I can't stop winning.
I was like, Jesus. But honestly, you guys, Bossman, Isaias, Cisco, Brandon, all you guys, fucking awesome. Amen. So thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. You guys been great.
Honestly, it's appreciated. But honestly, we should be thanking you. Like again, like we wouldn't be able to do any of these streams. Like here's the thing, we didn't like pay Brewer or anything like that. Like Brewer is literally just. I consider him one of our friends. Like I genuinely do consider him one of the homies. He's been a longtime supporter of Airsoft GI. But we didn't force him to go ahead and place orders with us. We wanted to go ahead and give back to the community. And that was always been our big thing. That Cisco, myself, Boaz, and even again, Brendan's been part of that too. Justin, he's been a part of that as well.
Justin,
he's always
been amazing.
Always wanted to be the one store, the one shop that wanted to give back and be an active participating member in the community and give back to you guys. Because again, without you guys, like we've been in the airsoft industry for like 20 years. Right, we've been doing this for a long time, right? But we wouldn't be here if it weren't for all of you guys. Even the guys that are watching right now. If you're just watching, if you're a lurker as well, you're just hanging out, just viewing. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for you guys. By watching us, supporting us, you are helping keeping the lights on. You're going to keep the cameras rolling and being able to get new products in that we can supply to the airsoft community and allow us to continue doing our shopping spree giveaways. That's why again, if you want to go and support us, we usually say shop with us. That is like the biggest way to go ahead and do it. And we do this because, again, we want to go ahead and do these live streams and these promos that we do for you guys. We do it for you guys because, again, we want to give back to the community because we've been able to make so many good friends like Brewer, like Stitch, like Chef Panikage, like Trinity, like High Fidel, like Darktree, like RGK, like our Ackright. I have so many people. Like so many people, all the mods, everyone that's been a regular with us, we truly do appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts, everyone that goes on. So, Brewer, thank you for one for joining me on this live stream because you sacrifice time out of your day. Like you're a busy guy.
Again,
so
like you're right. I didn't get paid. I didn't get shit out of this. You just asked me if I wanted to be on, and I already told you I got to be up at 4:00 in the morning. I got like 6 hours of sleep right now.
Yeah,
if I go to sleep right now, and I'm like, I'm down for you. I got you. Let's do this. I'm down.
Yeah, so
I got nothing out of the stream.
Yeah, he gets nothing out of this.
It'd be awesome if I got paid. Shit, but that's not what I'm looking for. I just want to show my appreciation to you guys and what you've done for me. So appreciate you guys.
No, appreciate you, man, and appreciate everyone that chose to watch. Guys, it is 9:32. That is the end of the No Flight List live stream. This is the first episode that we were able to get a guest on the show, and I think, personally, Brewer, I think you did a fucking fantastic job for your first time being on the show. I want to go and give you a round of applause. Chat, everyone give Brewer a round of applause. Thank you so much for joining me, Brewer. It has been an absolute blast. Go to sleep, man. Get some rest, and I know you're busy in the morning. And guys, thank you for shopping at Airsoft GI and supporting the channel. You guys want to continue supporting the channel and keeping the lights rolling, or keeping the cameras rolling and the lights on, make sure to go ahead and get all your airsoft supplies from Airsoft GI. Remember, any $20 plus order you spend will get you entered into the live stream giveaway. Mayo Gang, that's right. That is absolutely right.
Mayo Gang.
There you go. There you go. Guys, it has been real. I will see y'all in the AM because I also have to go ahead and get some stuff done as well and go to sleep. I got a busy day ahead of me tomorrow, and I know you do as well, Brewer. Thank you so much for joining me, my man. I will see you on the next one, bro.
Love you, brother. Thank you.
All right, take it easy, bro.
All right.
All right, and for everyone else, I am going to be going to sleep right now. It has been